And we're back for the Monday night recap. Hammer in the building.
Indeed. Feeling pretty good, actually.
Bagala's still missing. We've got the second half of this Washington just smacking down the Eagles a little bit.
I can't explain it. And I'm hanging on by a thread in one league. It's
right?
Yeah, I'm hanging on by a thread, dude.
Jackson, what is up, my guy?
Jackson, what to do?
Yo, Jackson, deadass. I was thinking about doing some crazy shit and going up to like Minnesota to watch a fucking game. And I don't know if y'all down. I don't know if you're down, Jackson, but yeah, I'm down to go to a game and do some crazy shit and fly my ass out there. So let me know.
Oh my
if
god.
you're down, Jackson, because I dead ass might just do this shit.
Commander's about to score again. I'm fucking. What is going on, dude?
Are you ahead of me? Probably. Heineke tossing the Bambuski to Terry.
Yeah.
I got that prop bet. I got a couple. I need Hurts to run a little bit. I need a couple things to happen. Jackson said he needs us tonight. We got you, brother. Let me know. Yeah, bro. If you're really down, I'm fucking down. I gotta ask my brother because he's a Jets fan, and I think we play the Jets on the 4th of December, which is coming up. And I was like, I don't know.
Hold on.
I might do some crazy shit. Why you coming too, Hammer?
Hold on. Packers Vikings on New Year's Day.
Yeah, I don't know if I can swing that though.
Come on.
I don't know if I can swing that because I gotta work. What day is New Year's Day?
I believe that's that is a Sunday.
It's a Sunday, New Year's Day.
Yeah. There's football on.
New Year's Day is a Sunday.
It's in Lambeau.
I have to get off. Nah, fuck. I gotta do it in December because I have some vacation days and PTO time that I gotta take off. So I was like, fuck, if I go out for the weekend or some shit, or even if I get there Saturday night and then stay there Saturday night, Sunday night, and just leave on Monday,
right?
Then that could work. But I gotta use my vacation days before the new year. Gibby.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I'm looking at that Jets game. I don't know. I would love to do the Packers game, but it's just being that it's the next year. I don't know if I can get that. I don't know if I could get that off, bro. Stevie B's secret lover affair. What's
Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. We gotta open up an investigation. Have you seen that person before? I don't know who that is.
Oh, not sure. Never seen that. I guess part of the fan club. I mean, you don't have to secretly love me. Just let me know what's good.
Oh my goodness. What is going? All right. Hey, listen, more power to you, fam.
But anyway, yeah, Jackson, Jackson, are you following us on Instagram? If you're not, hit me up on Instagram at Dynasty Life Fantasy. This way I could communicate with you because I definitely might dead ass do that. And let us know what you got going on. I know you said you need us, so let me know what you got going on there. But let's get into some of the action before Gibby bangs this in and Hammer has a fit.
Yeah, I am gonna have a fit because this is bullshit.
You must be a tiny bit ahead of me, but hold on. Before I say, I need to see if Gibby runs this in.
No, I'm not watching. I don't have the game on right now. I'm just looking at my.
Gonna start tossing shit. Oh, he gets down to like the 2.
Down is it? Second down. All right, come on, man. This is
Vikings Colts is December 18th. Does that work better for you than seeing? I said the Jets because I know my brother might actually come because he's a Jets fan. So that's why I was looking at the Jets game. But if he can't come, then
where's the Vikings Jets game? MetLife?
No, it's at Minnesota. In Mini. All right. So first game we had was Tampa and Seattle. Brady I mean, wasn't that bad.
No,
Came to play a little bit, threw two tutties. I think the biggest part of this game was, Lenny getting hurt and Rashard White doing some real work. If he's out there, of course, obviously, good waiver wire pickup. But yeah, what do you think about that?
it's actually funny because as I was watching the game, I was thinking about remember there was somebody asked us out there about Rashad White and picking him up and something like that. I don't remember.
That was a trade. It was a trade. They were giving up a bunch of
Right,
picks and shit. It was just
right,
wasn't worth it for that trade.
right,
If you want, like I said, I think I said, if you want to go get him, go get him. But we're not paying all that and doing all that just to get him.
right. Well, I mean, in hindsight, it looks like it's a good trade. You know what I'm saying? Like to go out and get him. Might cost you a little bit more now after that big game, but yeah, I really think that was the main takeaway from that game. Geno Smith underwhelmed. He was still pretty solid though, if you really look at it. 275, 2 touchdowns, 0 turnovers. So he was really good. Kenneth Walker kind of let me down a little bit. He snapped that touchdown streak he had, but
A lot
he,
of it, bro.
yeah, he was still involved though.
They did.
6 receptions on 8 targets for 55 yards. They were down in that game, for the most part, but a bounce back win by Tampa. I don't remember. I think we both picked Tampa in this game.
Yeah, I think we did.
I
Yeah.
didn't like it very much, but you just still, it looks like they're getting it together. And if they can find a run game, now they're in business. So yeah, it was a pretty, I thought it would be a close game. But yeah, the only real thing is Tampa's running game and Seattle's lack of running game that really stood out. And obviously the emergence of Rashad White.
Yeah. They said Lenny's okay, that he should be back. So it's interesting to see because we've seen Rashard White a couple games get a little bit more carries. I don't know, maybe one or two games, but it hasn't been like consistent where it's like, all right, he's taking over.
Right.
Was this more a product of Lenny getting hurt or was it not? I mean, I don't know.
Well, I
But
was
I think
reading. I was reading, or I think the person who sent that trade into us had said, something about Rashad White getting more carries and maybe it being like a 50-50 split or Rashad White cutting in, so that kind of came to fruition
well, yeah,
in
I
that
mean,
game.
yeah. I mean, we've heard that since, I mean, even before the season started, we heard whispers of that. And we know, obviously rookies start coming along a little bit later
Yeah.
in the season. But I mean, he looks good. Lenny just doesn't look like explosive, really. I mean, he's a big boy, but um, man, I don't know. It's interesting to see going forward. I think we know that Rashard White is probably the future, but is he actually like the three down guy that they're going to give the rock to like that? We don't know, but definitely, obviously, a good pass catching back. So, um, I didn't lose the prop bet on Mike Evans, but I think I had over 5 receptions. Dude had 5 receptions. He had 5 receptions in like the first half, so I thought we were definitely going over that, and we wound up not. But Kate Otten was still relatively effective, 3 for 35, even with Brait coming back, which I mentioned. I don't know if Brait was going to be much of a difference because I think Otten kind of has got that down pack now. But Tyler Lockett, another tutty. Goodwin,
Godwin.
Goodwin, whoever. Um,
Godwin. It was Chris Godwin.
what are you talking about, Chris Godwin? Oh, no. I was talking about Marquise Goodwin on the
Yeah. I was saying Chris Godwin got the touchdown.
Yeah. Chris Godwin did get the touchdown. Julio had the nice long touchdown, and then he plays like one play at a time, and then he comes out. I don't know if you watched that, but he runs one route and it comes out, and he wants
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. He's like one of those delicate fossils that they dig up out of the ground and you have to handle with care before it disintegrates into powder.
Yeah, but just be careful. Like, don't go and play Julio next week. I mean, he had a nice little 5 targets, but I don't know if that will keep up. But other than that, I mean, Goodwin still seems to be a decent waiver wire pickup, but you can't really play him unless one of those guys goes down. So it's just tough. But Gino, another two tutties. taking that 1.5 over.
Been good, man. He's been really good.
So yeah, that was nice there. Anything else on that game,
No,
Hammer?
no, not really. Like I said, the couple of takeaways was Kenneth Walker kind of a letdown. I mean, the receptions were nice, so hopefully, he can. I know the game script they were behind, so Geno Smith was throwing it all over the lot. I think Kenneth Walker only had 10 carries, I believe. Yeah, he only had 10 carries for 17 yards, and I figured Kenneth Walker would struggle just a little bit. I know Tampa's defense hasn't been great, but they still have a good front seven. And it worried me a little bit, but just his volume alone kind of was why, I decided to roll with him in some of those, those questions we had in terms of who to start, who to sit. But yeah, the receptions are good, and you're hoping that that'll open up another part of his game. So that was a good takeaway, glass half full kind of thing. So that's pretty much it.
Definitely, definitely. I got Jackson. What's your thing here, brother? This is my team and my bench. Lamar, JT, Mixon. JT came along finally. All it took was fucking Jeff Saturday, the
Yeah.
no experienced coach, to come in and actually just have some common sense and play Matt Ryan and give the ball to JT. Who would have knew? But anyway, Mixon, Pierce, Pollard, Cup, Tyreek. Yeah, wait, I think we really like your team, Jackson. I remember Judy,
Yeah,
Mooney,
but
Hill, Curtis
Cup is hurt
Samuel.
now.
So you don't have good wide receiver depth. I have an offer for Tyreek Hill and Pollard, and I received Chubb, Olave, and Mike Evans. Let me see. Hold on, let me look at this team again,
Well,
boys.
I think now because Cup is going to miss a couple of weeks, at least 2 weeks. With that, he had a bad ankle injury. Not bad, but he had an ankle injury. He already was dealing with a little bit of an ankle issue, and he hurt. He got run up under out of bounds, or somebody tackled him, and it was pretty bad. So he's not going to have Cup. So it's really Tyreek, Judy, Mooney, Boy. Cup is probably going to be out for a couple of weeks. So that definitely changes the dynamic of your team.
It does, but at the same time, you only need what, two wide receivers, because you got JT, Mixon, and Pierce that you're going to run at your RBs and flex. So
Right.
really, you've only got to play Tyreek, and obviously Judy's hurt now too. So you got to play either Mooney or Boyd, and Boyd's
Right.
not a bad play, being that Chase is still out.
No,
So
he's
I
not.
think I think you just hold it down. I wouldn't make a trade. What do you think, Hammer?
Yeah, go to the potential trade that he was gonna.
My bad. It was Tyreek and Pollard. He gets Chubb, Olave, and Mike Evans.
I gotta consider it. I mean,
I mean,
like you
but what are you
said,
doing? What are you doing with Chubb? He's already
right, right. But that's part of the key. Like, I don't mind getting Olave and Mike Evans because you don't know how long Cup's gonna be out. I think he'll be back. But Pollard's really good, but I think you can give up Pollard because we just don't know. When Zeke plays, his ceiling is capped. When Zeke doesn't play, he's going to be awesome, obviously. But when Zeke plays, he still has his moments, but it's not going to be what we've been getting when Zeke doesn't play. When Zeke doesn't play, Tony Pollard is booked for 100 yards and a touchdown. It's just that simple. But Zeke should be back. He probably will be back next week. So really, you're looking at 1.5 for 3 here. So I've got to consider it, and the Tampa offense is looking at least marginally better, which has got to bode well for Mike Evans. Chubb is obviously really, really good. I would see, if you don't have good wide receiver depth, I would see if you could move one of those other running backs and maybe pick up a wide receiver, as opposed to giving up the last little bit of depth you have in Tyreek. You know what I mean? Because Tyreek is definitely a league winner. I talk about this all the time, but one of those 10 to 12 kind of league winning kind of guys. So maybe see if you can, package one of those other running backs if you want, instead of giving up Tyreek. I mean, you could stand pat, that's fine, but you have 3 really good running backs.
I think one option is to stay. I don't make this trade regardless, but I think one option is to stay where you're at. I think another option is to take Pollard and Boyd, or Pollard and Mooney, and try and move that for a better wide receiver, maybe.
Well, wide
Not
receiver
sure.
two kind of guy. Yeah.
Yeah, not sure what you can get, but just something. But worst comes to worst, like I'm okay because you're basically then at that point almost turning that wide receiver two position into your flex, and you changed your flex to a running back position because you've got JT Mixon and Pierce. So I'm okay with a little bit less at that second wide receiver position, especially when you got Cheetah there,
Mm-hmm.
who's, giving you basically two wide receiver positions anyway. So that's what I would say is stay put. And then if you want to, like I said, combine Pollard and Boyd or Pollard and Mooney, or something like that, and maybe upgrade if you want to. But Hammer, you still like to trade?
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, because Cup got hurt, I know you're kind of in the market now for a wide receiver. We don't know exactly how long he's going to be out. I've heard 2 weeks, I've heard 3. We don't know. I don't think there's been any official word on him. I think they're just waiting for the week to kind of be over, and see what happens. But I don't mind going out and making a trade, but I'm not sure I would go out and make this trade because I don't think you could give up Tyreek, who's that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because for me, you're making wide receiver room worse. Now you lost Cup and Tyreek.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The two
Yeah.
best wide receivers. So, I'd rather just stay put. Well, like I said, maybe combine something. Jackson said he might be out 3 to 6 weeks. We've heard all sorts of different
Yeah. I haven't
ones.
got any official timeline on him yet.
So, we'll see what happens there. Caleb, what is up, Caleb? Appreciate you joining in, man. Keep up the good work. Thanks, brother. Cooper Cup shooting you in the foot for all dynasty teams. Yeah, Hammer can attest to that.
Yeah. It's doubly worse, Caleb, because I also have Jamar Chase on that team. So I'm rolling out. Now, I did make a trade. I did trade for Christian Watson. I didn't play him this week, and obviously that kind of came back to bite me in the ass. But so yeah, I'm really hurting, Caleb. I have Jamar Chase on my dynasty team and Cooper Cup on my dynasty team. So if you want to have a laugh, my 3 wide receivers I'm rolling out next week: Mac Hollins, Adam Thielen, and Christian Watson. Those are my 3 wide receivers I'm rolling out there next week because Cup and Chase are hurt, and Renfro's on IR. So my wide receiver room has been decimated.
Yeah, I mean, are you in that win now mode, Caleb? Or, I mean, it could be time to, probably not. I'd probably wait until his value goes back up. I wouldn't trade him at this point, but
Who?
at a certain Cooper Cup, at a certain point in time,
His value
when
is
do you,
just fine. I don't think just because he got hurt that his value is decreased in any measure.
well, of course, it always does. Anybody that gets hurt, their value decreases, not by a lot, obviously, but being that
He
his
has a
age,
long enough
being
track
at his
record.
age, being of
Nah,
his age, people might not necessarily want to pay what he would be if he was healthy. That's the difference. When you're healthy, I guess
nah,
is
he's
so.
I don't believe that just off the standpoint, and I don't subscribe to that line of thinking, simply because he has a long enough track record of producing, especially with Matthew Stafford as his quarterback. Even this year, Matthew Stafford's having a terrible year, and Cooper Kupp has been every bit as good as he was last year. Obviously, a tick down from a historic season, but he's been every bit as good as what you expected him to be outside of this past game with no Matthew Stafford. So it's oh no, and Devonta Smith gets a touchdown. Oh my
Oh
god.
no, I
Oh,
don't need that either. That's not good for me.
oh my god, that's Ron. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
I don't need
That's
that.
crazy. That's crazy, dude. I mean, I still have a shot. I got Dallas Goddard and Philly defense. Philly defense needs to step up, but that's crazy. Devonta Smith of all people. Wow. Mm. Damn.
Mm.
And I needed this. I mean, I was in good shape in this league too. Jesus fucking Christ.
Jackson said he's 6-3. Yeah, so you're pretty much
Yeah, you're in good shape. I mean, listen, you're not secure at 6-3. There's a lot of things that could happen. There's still what
hold on one last
5
one.
games left.
Gotta get you.
Plus,
Sober thoughts. What up, my guy? I'll get your question in a second here. This is just part of that. So Pierce and Mooney for T. Higgins.
hmm.
Oh my god, I got a 5-point lead only now. Jesus Christ.
Pierce and Mooney for Higgins. Maybe.
That's not bad. I would I guess I would consider it. The one thing that bothers me about Pierce is that that team sucks so bad
He doesn't get
that
receiving work.
in week 14, 15, 16 in the playoffs, is he going to get the 20 totes still? Um, so that's my only thing. We don't know what's going to happen, but
No,
I'm okay with actually making that trade if you want, because then when you get cut back,
that's a
um,
nice three-headed monster there.
you'll have T in the flex. So that's not a bad trade, Jackson. I wouldn't mind doing that. If you really like Higgins and think that's going to change your team, then absolutely go ahead and do it, bro.
Yeah,
I have Godwin and Evans on my contending team. Yeah, so you're really in it. Okay, rolling out Paris Campbell. Listen,
he's been
uh,
playing, Bo.
I was just saying, all it took was a Jeff Saturday, a no experienced coach to have some common sense and say, "Hey, we're playing Matt Ryan, and
Yeah.
we're feeding the rock to JT." And I
You're,
could appreciate I could appreciate that. He was
oh
just
yeah,
basically shitting on everybody, saying, "Yeah, what
oh
the fuck you
yeah.
guys talking about? I don't need no experience. Shit, I know what I'm doing here." Um, but yeah, Jarvis Landry, McKenzie got some touches last game. Cadillac, I won. All right, good shit, Cadillac. What made you win there? I don't remember. I don't think. I don't know if you had a trade or something that you made, or a couple decisions that you had to make. But all I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
not doing much winning this. I was 3-0 last week, and I'm about to go 0-3 this week. So once
oh
again,
my
as I
God,
say to fantasy gods, no good deed goes
I'm holding
unpunished.
on to cup. Yeah, no, I wouldn't get rid of them. At this point, you definitely need it. Trying to debate the late 23 first. Absolutely, bro. Fucking bye bye. You're in the mode now where you've got some guys that are
I
up
will say
there.
though, I don't like having Godwin and Evans on the same team. I don't like that at all.
I don't care. They both get 10, 11 targets a game.
No, I understand that, and they're
I
looking
mean, it
better.
sucks if they get shut out or some shit or have a bad game, obviously, then that can
Right.
hurt you. But, but yeah, depending who you're trying to get, bro. Yeah, I would absolutely go and send that first. Glad you're doing well. Patrick, what up? Whatever happened to the Stevie B secret lover thing?
Yeah, that was weird.
It left.
You should be glad I'm doing well.
Patrick says he's the biggest Smith fan in the world. If it fucks Hammer up, it's fucking me up right now,
I
bro.
don't
So
listen. That's fine. Patrick, how'd
yeah.
your Cleveland Browns do this week? Just checking in because you talk about a lot. You talk a lot about the Packers, but I don't hear much on how the Cleveland Browns are faring.
Oh,
Did
I
the
missed
Packers win this
Sobers.
week?
My bad, Sober. Hold on, we gotta get back to Sobers here. Sober, my bad. I apologize, but let me get to this for you. Thoughts on picking up Ertz for 2023 third?
Ertz
He's
is
just
done
done
for the
for the
season.
season. No, absolutely not. We don't know
No
what's gonna
way.
happen next
No
year,
way.
especially if McBride starts doing his thing.
No way.
So yeah, well, you're not spending. Why are you even trying to get Ertz? To be honest, do you need a tight end? Are you in need of a
Yeah,
tight
but
end?
Ertz is done. That's it. And he's
Um,
older. He's not wasn't exactly the most fleet of foot kind of guy. That's
yeah,
unfortunate, man.
yeah, yeah. My bad, sober. I missed that. I apologize. But yeah, no, we're not doing that. You're not going to get Ertz, bro. It
Mm-mm.
doesn't make sense for you. Couples out, yeah, we saw that. We don't know what's gonna happen there. Pearson Mooney, yeah, he has Godwin and Evan. My bad. Just shit. Sometimes just redoes itself. No sober. No. No soul. What up, brother? Got offered Chubb and Amon Ra. Ooh, that sounds good for Lamb, Swift, Williams, and Palmer. I mean,
No, I'm not
there's a
giving up
lot
four guys for
of
two.
I mean, Lamb and Amon Ra is pretty much the same, and then you're getting Chubb for Swift, Williams. I mean, I don't mind taking Chubb over Swift and Williams. Palmer is okay for now, but he ain't uh he ain't great. I'm not sure what the rest of your team looks like. That might mean something here, outsole. But just from looking at it right now, like I mean, I don't mind it. The way Swift is just not. Well, Swift scored a touchdown, even on the limited touchdown. This shit is getting so. tricky with Swift now. I don't know what is happening there. But it is a lot of guys, but Palmer is a guy that's kind of expendable for me in this situation. I'd probably rather have the Chubb and Amon-Ra side just because I'm sick of the Swift and Williams shit. But it really depends what else you got on your team, bro. Let us know. I know Hammer don't like it, but
No, I never like being on the 4-for-2 side. But yeah.
like the guy you played had Chubb, Pierce, ETN, Cup, and Hill. That's right. I remember
Yeah.
now. They
He
had
said he was
had
taking the L. He thought he was going to take the L for sure. Yeah.
you were going against the squad. That is
Yep.
right.
Tyreek Hill didn't go crazy. He had a touchdown, but he didn't have like 40 points on you. So,
Yeah.
oh,
Sober said all good. All right, thanks, bro. Patrick, I just pulled ahead with that touchdown. Oh, because you got Hurts, I think, right? I'm six and
Hurts and
four now,
Brown. Yeah.
still in the lead in points. Hopefully, Hurts and Brown put up a couple more for me. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're in the lead, I mean, you're probably good to go now, but I just can't have Devonta do anything else right now because that is not going to be good for me.
Of all people, Devonta
Patrick
Smith.
says, laughing my ass off. We're going to fight Hammer.
Hey, listen, bring it, dog. How are the Browns doing? Oh, picked off. Eagles defense. Let's go. Let's go.
No, we don't
Eagles
want the
D.
Eagles to have the ball, Hammer. That's
I
the
need to have
problem.
Eagles defense, dude. I need the
It
point.
doesn't. You need the points. Devonta makes one Smith. That 2 points is
I
gone.
had Dallas Goddard as well.
Oh man. Oh man.
I say it gives me the lead. I'm up by 1 point now with that interception. And I
I
have
mean, yeah,
Dallas Goddard. He has Devonta Smith. I got to take it.
it's about to go right back to Devonta. Hammer.
Could go to Dallas Goddard.
Fields carried him with 4. Yeah, man. D
Yeah.
Hop, Sam Brown, Kelsey. Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of.
Fields is
Everybody.
terrific,
Everybody
dude.
did their thing. I mean, Fields is having great rushing. With his rushing upside, what he's been able to do has been.
Yeah, he's a
has
potential league winner as well. He's vaulted
been
himself
great.
into that conversation with his rushing upside, man. He has been awesome.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the next game that we had here. Let's talk about the Lions and the Bears. Actually, was a really good.
That was a phenomenal game. I actually lost out on a bunch of money because I had a 7-leg parlay and I had the Chicago Bears -3, and they were crushing the Lions for most of the game. And they came back and I lost about $1,000 on Detroit coming back. So sucks for me, but still a good game nonetheless.
It was. I mean, Justin Fields. I mean, he only threw the ball 20 times, 12.
But they know who they are. That this is their formula.
They're running the ball like crazy now. How long is Justin Fields going to be successful at running the ball like this before defenses start? I don't know who
Unloading on him.
But as of right now, I mean, it doesn't look like anybody is stopping anything.
So I think for me, the fantasy impact from this game, obviously Justin Fields has been doing this for about a month now. But the bigger fantasy impact, if I take a look a little bit deeper, is the impact that it's having on Monty and Herbert. They are just not getting as much good work to support fantasy relevance as they did in the first, 6 weeks of the season. So that's something you really have to consider. If you have any of those guys, is Herbert or Monty viable anymore with Justin Fields running for 125 yards every game and touchdowns as well? He's siphoning off carries, yards, and touchdowns. So, if you have Justin Fields, great for you. But if you have Monty and or Herbert, you're hurting now with this emergence of Justin Fields as a runner.
Herbert got hurt, so I think it's all Monty. But yeah, Herbert wound up getting hurt, and yeah, like I said, I don't know if teams start just stopping Justin Fields from doing that. Maybe we'll see more Herbert, not Monty. I don't know. But Cole Kmet, another 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
He's just getting the ball down in the red zone, and
yep.
Nice big play he had as well. Mooney 4 for 57.
Okay, not great, but okay. He's starting to, he's starting to at least be somewhat consistent. Claypool, nothing.
Yeah, Claypool 1 of 8, 2 targets. I'm not sure how much. See if I can see how much he played because I couldn't see it yesterday. Um,
Jalen Hurts running around.
yeah, I mean he only played 31% of the snaps. He played less snaps this week than he did last week. So I guess he's still trying to learn the offense there.
Yeah.
So it might take a little bit for him to get in there. So for right now, I mean Mooney's still decent play, but he ain't getting much.
No,
St.
he's a
Brown,
flex at the very best. No more than a
St.
flex right
St. Brown back, the sun god, back to doing what he does best. As we saw last year, no Hawkinson now. Swift is hurt, and we're in the same situation we were last year when Amon Ra was going nuts. So that's exciting to see. Amon Ra back on top. I mean, the next person was Khalif
Three
Raymond
targets.
with 3 targets,
Crazy.
which is definitely
You know what's
crazy.
wild? For such a high scoring game, Justin Fields threw it 20 and Goff threw it 26 times.
I know,
That's weird. Well,
I know.
the rushing, Jamal Williams, really good.
Yeah,
Swift, if you gambled, he gave you a touchdown, but it looks like he's getting very limited carries. He's cashing in, but you can't bank on that. I think Jamal Williams might be the better play here.
until Swift is, back
Yeah,
to fully being healthy. I mean, Jamal Williams, even still, I mean, only 16 for 59. It wasn't like tremendous on the ground, but he did
but the
have the
volume is there.
touchdown. He did have the touchdown, so that is working for right now. Swift had 6 carries in this one, so slowly ramping back up. We got to get back into that week 1 shape. But still gave you the touchdown, so you're still looking out. I mean, you still almost have to play Swift if he's playing because you don't know once he gets those carries and touches, he's gonna go off. But other than that, I mean, there's nobody really even to pick up
Cole Kmet, if
in this
he's
game.
still
Cole
hanging out
Kmet,
there.
if he's
Yeah.
hanging out there, but I know we mentioned him last week as well. So
Jesus, Cole Kmet went from having 0 points in the first 2 weeks to just beasting now. It's insane.
sometimes I hate fan. Yeah, you know what,
Yeah,
Jackson?
we all do.
I think we all are throwing shit sometimes. You got
Been
Fields
done
and
that.
Hawkinson. I don't know what I can get for it. I
Probably
mean,
a
for
lot.
Fields, you can probably get whatever the hell you want.
Facts.
I mean, what are you trying to get? What do you
Oh, there
need?
goes Goddard. Let's go.
And
Oh
who
no.
is your QB?
No, Goddard fumbled. What?
To trade Fields. Yeah, look at that. I told you to get that. You get to give them points right back. And he's down.
He might be down.
Oh,
No, hold on. They're gonna look at this. Oh no, that's not Goddard.
it's not.
I think it
They
is
just
Goddard.
scored a touchdown. They called that a touchdown.
I don't think it's a touchdown. Oh,
That
Goddard
is
got hurt.
Goddard.
Hold on. His knee
Yeah,
might have been down. If his knee was down, that's big.
buckled his knee. He's done for the game.
Let's see. Oh, the ball's out. Oh, the ball's out. Oh, the ball's out. Oh, the
What
fucking
happens
ball is
here?
out.
Is it knee to knee? No.
You gotta be kidding me, dude. Oh, that's a face mask. Oh, that's a face mask.
Didn't say anything.
That's a face mask. Come on. That should be that's a penalty, dude.
Nope. You're going
That's a
down, Hammer.
that's a face mask. Look at he grabbed his
Fumble
face mask.
first. Fumble
Look at
first.
that.
Fair game.
No, that's a face mask, bro.
No flag on the play.
Come
Touchdown.
on.
Cadillac, you got Lamar Fields, Jacob Stevenson, Connor Wilson, D Hop, Sun God, Debo, Kelsey, Pitts, TJ. I don't know what you want, bro.
Well, we were talking about this in terms of having Lamar and Justin Fields and seeing what he can do with that. I mean, you can parlay one of those quarterbacks. It really just depends on who you like more.
Yeah, trade either one, and then it's hard to pick a certain player. You really have to look at who needs something at this point in time. I mean, if you can get another know, RB. I don't know. Maybe you give up. Do you give up Jacobs and Fields or
Oh
Lamar
my
and go
god.
get yourself one of the top guys? I mean, it's a possibility. It just depends on what you want, really. I mean, wide receivers. I mean, maybe Debo and Fields, and go get somebody crazy. I don't know. Those are some of the things I'd look at. Probably you find a tight end, and you're pretty good at running back. But yeah, go to a fumble. We saw that. We saw that, Patty.
That's
Fumble
crazy.
and broken kneecap or whatever happened.
That's crazy because that was a penalty, bro. Fucking face mask. But all right, I'm down by fucking .2 now because they gave him the catch in some of the yards. So
Yeah,
I'm down by
let's
.2. That's bullshit.
let's talk about the game of the week. The
Oh, the Packers game?
no,
Oh,
you
okay.
know
Just checking.
damn right what I'm talking about.
Just checking.
The real team, the real team,
Please.
the real team we got over here. The Vikings at Buffalo. Catch of the year, probably.
Yeah, that was
Awesome
dirty.
catch, fucking awesome fucking catch, just sick. Um, One-handed, game on the line, fourth and what, 18 or some shit like that.
Yep.
Yeah. JJ doing his fucking thing. So 10 for 193 and the tutty.
Could have had another
Dalvin Cook
touchdown too.
could have. Dalvin Cook didn't get as much work early, but busted out just a huge 81-yard fucking bomb of a run. Burke 30 for 50, 357, a touchdown, 2 into, so he wasn't, great, but got the job done. TJ Hawk 7 for 45, and then he got hurt. But 10 targets. I mean, yeah. KJ Osborne was 11 targets. Looking at the other side of the ball, Josh Allen, we didn't know if he was going to play or not. Figured he would play after they didn't bring up Barkley, and then wound up playing the game and looked fine. He didn't look injured at all, or didn't
No,
look
he
like
didn't.
it was hurting at all. Wasn't great, but 330 touchdown, 2 into, 6 for 84 on the ground though, which was good. Singletary 13 for 47, 2 touchdowns. Um, and I thought maybe they'd throw it a little bit less or hand it off a little bit more just because Josh Allen's arm. And so I don't know if that was why they handed it, because they don't usually hand it to Singletary like that down there. But they did. So he wound up with the 2 tutties. Gabe Davis with a 6 for 93 and a touchdown. Diggs 12 for 128. I mean, this was a real good game. And then at the end, I went crazy because I thought we fucking lost.
That game was
Why the
wild.
fuck? Why the fuck on 4th and goal are we trying to run Kirk Cousins? I don't understand it. But I was tossing shit, and then I don't know what happened. We got the fumble on the botch snap, and that's why you play the game, and that's why you keep pushing even in the last seconds. All it takes is one fucking snap. But
Yeah.
yeah, what did you come away with in this game, Hammer?
Oh, it was a fantasy manager's dream. And I have Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson in my home league that I'm about to fucking lose. I scored 145 points and, the bullshit happens to me, but still a little bit of game to go. But yeah, it was a fantasy manager's dream. Now, the one thing that does concern me with both quarterbacks really is the interceptions. More specifically, Josh Allen. Like, he's been turning the ball over like crazy the last couple of games. Multiple interceptions in I think 3 consecutive games. Oh, give me a sack. Come on. Fuck. Multiple interceptions in I think 3 consecutive games for Josh Allen. So he's getting a little reckless with the football. Obviously, he's going to put up monster stats, but in a big game, if you're teetering, you got a couple of point lead or a couple of point deficit, he could kind of cost you with some of those costly interceptions. But yeah, just a fantasy manager's dream overall. A really good game to watch to boot. So, Vikings pulled it out. That if you were a fan of either team, you probably had some furniture moving in your house. And yeah, I actually took the Vikings plus 6.5 on this, and it wasn't looking good early. And then, you talked about the Justin Jefferson catch. There's nothing else to say about him. He's just flat out amazing. I think this game kind of vaults him as the the best receiver in the league, from a talent and a combination of talent and production standpoint. So you like that, outside of the Dalvin Cook run, though, he was kind of pedestrian. Obviously you'll take the long run and the touchdown and the overall numbers, but yeah, the Vikings proved it. Huh?
Only 14 carries, and coach was saying that after the game. He's like, he didn't get a lot of touches, but when we needed it, made that motherfucker count.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So I mean, listen, overall still good.
serious question, because Jackson's calling it out here.
Okay.
Super Bowl contenders. I know you're a Packers fan, and yes, you hate the Vikings, but even I know when the Packers are Super Bowl contenders, and I'm
Which
okay
they
to
have been for the last, since they have Aaron Rodgers. Not this year,
yeah.
obviously, but
Yeah. So are we finally for real Super Bowl contenders?
I'm still kind of TBD on that. And the only reason why I'm saying that, obviously, they're going to be in the playoffs and they're going to have a home playoff game to start. If the Eagles lose,
No, Caden, no. I just want to say that quick, just in case he gets out. Caden, hell no. Go ahead, Hammer. Sorry.
yeah, that I mean, listen, who else in the NFC has really proven that they can have separated themselves? The Eagles. The Eagles are struggling with the Commanders right now as we speak. So, it's going to be Philly, obviously Minnesota, Tampa might have something to say about it before it's all said and done, and then San Francisco. So I think you could kind of group the three teams that I would group together would be San Francisco, it would be Minnesota and Philadelphia as the top three in the NFC. There's still a lot to play out. It's a long season. Injuries are a massive part of it. How healthy are you going down the stretch? But yeah, you gotta put them as a contender in the NFC. At least with San Francisco, Philadelphia, and Minnesota. I would put those three in a group together as the top of the NFC right now. I think I don't like when we talk about the Super Bowl and Thanksgiving hasn't even hit. You know what I mean? Because it's just the truth, dude. But yes, are they in the hunt to be able to compete? For sure. They put themselves in a good position. They beat really good teams. And like I said, they're going to win the division. And then you have to see what happens there. Do you trust Kirk Cousins in a big primetime game? That's what it's going to boil down to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's been solid, bringing us in it. Defense almost fucking threw it away again, but yeah, Caden, you're not gonna trade JT and Schultz for King Henry. I mean, you've got JT already, so I'm not gonna go and do that. That wouldn't be no. Jackson said no. JT's back. JT is back. Dalvin Cook is washed. You can't convince me otherwise. Dude's getting saved by big plays. Listen, that's what good running backs do. I mean, Adrian Peterson was 2-3 yards to carry and then bust out 20-30 yards. 2-3 yards to carry, bust out 20-30 yards. That's what most of these good running backs do when it really comes down to it. But yeah, I mean, Dalvin Cook he's getting up there in age. He's still getting elite
Usage.
touches.
Yeah.
So and usage. So he's a guy that you still want. Right now, he's RB9 in half PPR, so top 10 back as usual. What was holding him back earlier in the season was the touchdowns. He just wasn't having the touchdowns. So, I mean, as far as rushing yards, I mean, he's seventh in the league in rushing yards.
Oh, Goddard's still out there. He's not. He's in the game. Goddard's in the game. Holy Jesus. Oh my God. I'm down by half a point. He has Devonta Smith. I have Dallas Goddard. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I mean, Dalvin is seventh in the league in rushing yards right now, and he is just about 50 yards shy of being fifth in the league in rushing. But he's got some touchdowns. He's got the receiving touchdown also. I mean, 15.6 fantasy points per game, which is good for eighth as far as running backs are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, listen, he's getting a little older. He's not as explosive maybe as he once was in his, young prime, maybe. But, that's to be said with these kind of running backs once they start aging a little bit. So yeah, he's not the same guy that he once was, but he's still, easily a top 10 guy. I offered Connor, TJ, and Debo for JT and Devonta Smith. I mean, Connor, TJ, and Debo. I mean,
Considering what he has expendable parts.
I definitely want JT over. I don't know if I want to lose Debo, but I mean, listen, if you have to, you've got some expendable pieces. So if that's going to net you JT, then go for it. TJ doesn't matter because you're not playing him. Connor is,
Came off a decent game, so you might want to sell him when you can.
he did come off a big game. So they did just drop Benjamin
They did.
also.
Yep.
And then you've got, you'll get Devonta Smith, he's just going to be hit or miss. That's just what's going to happen. Do you think Hurts and AJ Brown get 7 PPR points rest of game? I guess we're gonna find
AJ
out.
Brown doesn't have a lot, and I don't know. He only has one grab for like 7 yards. But I think Hurts, yes, because Hurts will get you to rushing.
We'll find
there
out
goes
right
Hurts.
now. This drive really is.
There goes Hurts. Just hit a big pass. Oh,
Did
the guy fumbled.
that Watkins?
Oh my God.
Another fumble.
Oh my God.
Pick that shit up. Yeah, they might not get 7 points now.
5:43.
If they run this out or they get some
Yeah.
firsts. I mean, it's still possible. If they get the ball back, then
They have all their timeouts, so there's still some game to go. But Jalen Hurts just got a big play, obviously. That was a hell of a throw. Yeah, that was Quez Watkins. Now, was he touched, though, on that initial grab?
No. Doesn't look like it.
Like on that initial flyby. Oh, my God. No. You got to secure that thing, dude. Jesus Christ.
I mean, shit, he shouldn't even got up. He should just stayed down.
Rolled, and held on to the ball.
You got two guys right there. You weren't going to outrun them.
That's crazy. You
might have just cost yourself the game.
Well, oh my God. And Gibby is getting more burned.
Hey, I got offered Waddle for D-Hop and Stevenson.
I would consider that.
No, D-Hop has been nice, though. I mean, I know that Hollywood is supposed to come back.
So this is not Dynasty, right? This is redraft.
No, hold on. Let's go back to you. Let me see if I can find your team in here. Hold on. So he's talking about Waddle. He gives up D-Hop and Stevenson. So he's got Jacob, Stevenson, Connor. No, I'm not gonna give up Stevenson. I'm not gonna run him back.
Oh, I thought he was getting. I thought he was getting D-Hop and Stevenson.
No. He's getting
giving them up.
Yeah.
Nah. Yes, Jeff Wilson Jr.
Maybe I don't want to rely on Connor. That's the thing.
I agree.
And then you don't want to rely. I mean, Wilson, maybe he's the guy now, or they're just still splitting, but he's still getting work. But you don't want to rely on that, especially with Jacobs kind of. Has he been kind of up and down? I don't have him, but
Jacobs did have a nice bounce back game. He had those 3 monster games in the middle there, and then 2 really subpar games, and then he bounced back. He had 70, 80 yards and a touchdown, but he had a ton of catches in the passing game. So Jacobs finished with a really nice line. I think he had like 18 points in a half PPR league.
Definitely. Jackson said, I don't want them to score yet. We don't want them to score either. Hopefully that in. Stevie B. Secret Lover is back. What should I buy for my love? Chocolates or Six Flags tickets? Neither. Give me some Vikings tickets. Then I might
oh my God, Curtis Samuel. Jesus.
Curtis?
Yeah, picked up Curtis.
I need that for some of my. Let me see what's going on with my prop bets for tonight.
Wait, what? This Stevie B Secret Lover. I need more info. I'm very intrigued.
Samuel, I think that just hit me for Curtis. Devonta Smith, 2 yards shy of the 55 receiving yards I had him for. Shit.
He could still get. Oh, that was an illegal pick play.
No, they called it back, though.
Yeah.
That would have hit for me on Heineke and Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, I think they called the illegal pick play.
Come on.
I need a sack in the worst. Oh my God, and they're giving it to Gibby.
Come on.
Oh, they threw it to Gibby. Oh my God, I lost, dude. I'm fucked.
Dang.
I mean, they stopped him, but he threw it to Gibby for fucking 12 yards. Damn.
Listen,
Ron's
Stevie B, Secret Lover, make sure that you're subscribed because I don't see our subscriber thing going up. So you ain't no Secret Lover if you ain't subscribed.
facts.
All right, let's
What
get
should,
into this next game.
that's crazy.
Broncos Titans. And we
Yeah.
said
Trash.
Titans D was a good D to play. I
Yes,
remember
I
when we
did.
talked about
Yes, we
the
did. Yeah.
Russell Wilson shit.
Garbage. Even off the bye. Garbage.
But I mean, Russell. I mean, are we done with Russell? I think we've been
Oh,
done with Russell, but
100% out. Get out.
um,
Get
he
out.
better not. I don't know if he's still doing the let's ride shit, but
You better not.
he needs a ride.
Yeah, he needs a ride to retirement.
But Sutton had 6 for 66, so
Yep.
it was better to see. He had 11 targets, but
Yep.
it's not.
And I think now with the Jerry Jeudy injury, that might only, I think that's going to be a consistent target share for him for the rest of the season, depending on, I mean, Jeudy looks like he's going to be out for a little bit. So I do like Cortland Sutton going forward, just from a volume standpoint alone.
Yeah, I mean, they said the injury wasn't bad, so I guess we'll see what happens. Most likely, maybe he'll miss a week, 2 weeks. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
Dolchich only 1 for 11 yards, so.
But you got to see what that looks like. If Judy's out, Dolchich gets a nice little bump as well.
Yeah, but it's, again, only one catch for 11 yards. I mean, Jeudy was out early.
Yeah, I hear you, but
so.
maybe they'll game plan it a little better. I don't know, but yeah, just having anybody on the Broncos kind of stinks right now.
I mean, Melvin Gordon 4 for 46. Latavius Murray and Melvin Gordon both 24 rushing yards. So they didn't really do anything on the ground. And then on the other side, I mean, Henry 19 for 53 wasn't much there.
Nope.
Tannenhill did throw 2 touchdowns, but I mean, 19.
It was to Westbrook. Yeah, nobody's playing him, so not a whole lot
for
to
255. And then Westbrook, they're kind. I mean, I guess that's a waiver wire pickup. Go ahead and grab him, I guess. Treylon Burks only 3 for 24, so that wasn't enticing. But yeah, Nick Westbrook.
Oh my god. Yeah,
his thing there.
Eagles are toast, dude.
Kendall Hinton maybe is a guy that you can pick up in deep leagues if Judy's going to miss time. I mean, he did have 4 for 62, wound up getting 5 targets. But
yeah, but that offense is too terrible. Yeah.
Not exciting at all. Patrick says Titans D got him 20 points. Yeah, man, they really did
their thing. Titans D was solid.
They did their thing. Cadillac says hopefully he responds. I sent Suck Up and Chubba. What for Waddle and Chase? You know you ain't getting that, Cadillac, unless you just added those in. But yeah, sack. Who got a sack? Come on, commies.
Commander sack Jalen Hurts.
I mean, listen, I need them to close this out. I can't have any more Devonta Smith unless it's like a short little 2-yard pass. I'll take that for my. All right, let's get into the next game here.
What you got? Chiefs Jags.
Let's get to the next game here. We've got the Chiefs and the Jags. My homeboy just doing work.
He's awesome, and there's just nothing else to say about it.
He is. He's a beast. Pacheco 16 for 82. Didn't get in the end zone. Nothing in the passing game, but I mean, good to see at least he's getting the carries.
Yep.
Doesn't mean much, I guess, if it's only in between the 20s, but hey, it's something. But I guess the big takeaway was, Kadarius Toney with
4 for 57 and a touch.
Mecole Hardman out. 4 for 57 and a touch. Also had 2 rushes, but yeah. Are we gonna continue? Oh, ESPN pisses me off. Are we gonna continue to see something like that, even when Hardman comes back, or what? We don't know.
So the not the issue. not the issue I have, but the thing that doesn't work in his favor is I'm looking at the receiving stats, bro. Like 10 different dudes caught a pass.
They throw the ball to everybody. That's the
So
problem that I've always had with.
if you got Mahomes great and Kelsey great, even Juju, you just don't know who's gonna be the guy outside of Kelsey on a given day. And sometimes even Kelsey has those, off games, but he's the main guy. You're playing those two, obviously. Valdez Scantling fucking got in the action with 3 for 60 and a touchdown. So McKinnon 6 for 56 on 8 targets, so it's just a lot of everything. And outside of Kelsey, you don't really know who to plug in there. Juju is still on the radar for me as a low end flex,
He did
wide
get
receiver
hurt. He
3
got
flex.
knocked out. Don't forget.
Yes. Oh, that's right. He did have the injury, so he might be out. So now Kadarius Toney vaults even higher. So yes, Kadarius Toney should be in your flex consideration going into next week. Yep.
If Juju is out, I guess. I don't know if Juju's not out. I don't
No,
know.
he's out, dude. There's no way the NFL is having that and having him back next week. There's no way.
I mean, if he passes the test, I guess.
No fucking way, dude. Absolutely not. Juju's not playing next week.
Worse.
Yeah, I know, and they don't want to. They don't want to repeat of what happened with Tua. So,
oh man,
ETN, bunch of nothing.
Yeah, ETN. I mean, didn't do much. 11 for 45. I mean, they were down. He had 3 catches for 28 yards, but Christian Kirk had the big day, obviously with the 2 touchdowns.
Yes,
Zay
he did.
Jones. But Trevor Lawrence. I mean,
Solid.
I said solid. Solid game to play him in. And I think I took Trevor Lawrence in a couple questions, but there were, I mean, 2 touchdowns, 259. I mean, not great, but good enough.
No turnovers.
Good enough for the day, for you to fill in at QB if you needed.
And no turnovers, bro. That's big.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, that's really all that went on there. So obviously pick up Tony. If he's still out there, probably not. I mean, if you're in desperate need of an RB, I guess. I mean, Jerick McKinnon is decently playable, I guess, the last few games in PPR. If you're in a pickle, and Zay Jones has been kind of decent all year, I guess. So, but Elver so traded Aaron Jones, Taysom Hill for Mark Andrews. Okay. Other running backs are ETN, JT, Pierce, and Kamara. Yeah, you've got 4 solid running backs, so I don't mind it. Is Mark Andrews like okay now? I don't even know what his situation is.
I have no idea. I haven't heard any update on Mark Andrews. I'm sure we'll get some more information throughout the week, but if you have expendable parts, such as Aaron Jones, I mean, Aaron Jones has been really awesome. Damn, how do you have all those running backs? Jesus Christ.
Well, because you probably got Pierce probably got really late, and maybe it's a 10-team, 18. I don't know. Like Kamara, depending when you drafted, there was the fear of him getting suspended. So depending where you drafted in the offseason, he fell in a lot of leagues.
Right.
ETN, again, depending where you drafted, could have been picked early, could have been picked late. So I mean, it looks like it probably went. JT, Kamara, ETN. No,
Pierce.
JT Jones, Kamara, ETN, Pierce, something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind this trade. I think Aaron Jones might be more valuable than you are getting from Mark Andrews. I think maybe see if you could get another something else. Maybe a wide receiver. If you need a wide receiver, I would try and look and see if you can get that. If you package in a guy that's as valuable as Aaron Jones, he's been really good. So, but the trade is fine. Like I said, with the expendable parts. Oh, Eagles just got a sack. No. Oh my God, the NFL is so soft, dude. This is crazy.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have did that. He went down to the ground. He shouldn't have did that.
And what did he do? Are you kidding me? I could have used that sack.
He went down already, and dude still hit him. You got ETN off of waivers.
Oh my God.
Traded for JT, drafted Pierce late. Figured. Okay.
Yeah.
Drafted Kamara early. Okay. I guess that's your boy, Caddy. I'm gonna call you Caddy.
They'll get the sack though, but the game's over. Fucking that.
Jada Man, what up, brother? I'm thinking the Packers are back, Jason said.
That's not roughing, dude.
He's down. Yeah, that's late, bro. There's no reason for him to come. Why is he doing that? The other
Yeah,
guy
I
already
mean, I
touched him
guess.
and he's already on the
I
ground. Bro,
guess.
1, 2, 3, you could count like 5 seconds. Jesus.
Yeah, he is on the ground. I'll give you that, I
That
guess.
was a whole bunch of seconds. That's just dumbass play right there.
Yeah.
He kneeled. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I guess.
come on, man. Why would the guy even do
I
that?
would have had a shot too.
Well,
I need a
listen,
fumble here.
Jay the man's on your side.
What's he got?
He said the Packer back.
Um, I don't know, Jason. I'm gonna hold. I want to pump the brakes just a little bit because they should have beaten teams that, listen, you beat the Lions, you're sitting at 5-5. So, you can't lose to the Lions. Listen, I love the win, but there are still some things that make me nervous with this particular team. But we'll talk about it when we get to that game.
Jackson says he won 100.5 to
Oof.
100.2. Oh, should be happening like that sometimes.
Yeah, I'm about to lose by 1.8 or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
On nonsense like that.
I'm about to win by 5. As long as Devonta Smith don't get this ball.
No, I don't think. I think that's it.
It's probably done, right?
Yeah, they're kneeling on it.
All right, let's get to the Dolphins and the Browns, right? Dolphins and Browns. Dolphins just kind of put the ass whooping.
Yes, they did.
Tua, I think, like three TDs each of the last 3 games, if I'm not mistaken.
He's an MVP front runner at this point with my homeboy.
So yeah, Tua's doing his thing. Jalen Waddle 4 for 66. Tyreek 5 for 44 and a touch. I mean, they didn't go crazy, but
it looks good
all the way. Did their thing. I mean, Jeff Wilson 17 for 119.
Oh yeah,
8 for 65 and a touch. 4 receptions for Mostert. And both of those guys, both of the running backs involved in the pass game. So, for the dummies that all dropped Jeff Wilson when CMC got picked up, and I told, I'm sure a lot of people told everybody, do not just drop him because number one, he's going to be the backup, and you're going to want him because, of course, Eli was still out, and then look what happens. They wound up trading him, and
he's a beast now. He's in every play. He's an every week starter now at the RB position. He's a top 24 guy if you're in a 12 team league, 14 team league. He's a solid RB2, and he has RB1 upside in that particular offense.
I don't know about all that RB1 shit, but
I didn't say he was an RB1. I said he's an RB2 with RB1 upside, as he just showed, running for 120 yards and a touchdown and grabbing another 2 for 24.
Yeah, I know. I think we know he's not going to do that all the time.
I
like the wide receiver 2 thing, but I don't know about the wide receiver.
I said RB1 upside.
And you said RB1 upside. I don't like the RB1 upside part. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Why not?
That's all I'm saying.
Why don't you like it?
I mean, maybe the week he had this week, yeah, but is he going to still continue to get 17 carries a game? I mean, they were busting the Browns' ass. You know what I mean?
That offense is so good and the reason why I say that is because the offense is so good that you can't load the box, dude. They have too many weapons on the outside where you can't load the box. Like, that offense is just too well designed for them to load the box. You know what I mean? So why can't he have RB1? I'm not saying he's going to be an RB1 for the rest of the season, but he'll have these games where he'll give you RB1 upside. I said he's an RB2. And I know why you're doing this, because of other things that we are engaged in. So I know you.
No, and I know what you're doing. That. Put it this way. Mostert has had 14, 16, 14 when there was nobody else there. And now we think Jeff Wilson's going to come in and get 17, 18 carries every game. I don't think that's happening. I don't care how good the offense is, but they just haven't shown that they're willing to run the ball with one guy like that. And now with both of them there,
Oh,
I
Devonta
think it
Smith
will.
fumbled. Oh,
I
Devonta Smith fumbled.
I think it will be more than and a tutty.
Oh, Devonta Smith fumbled.
No, what?
If they count that as a fumble, I beat Ron.
Yeah, it is going to be a fumble because it's a backwards pass.
Yes, yes.
Because it's a
I,
backwards pass. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like
what?
Wilson. I just don't. I'm not sold on him being the main guy, and
How's
Mostert
that
just
not a
taking the back
fumble?
and Mostert taking the back seat real quick. It's probably going to take a while for them to do it, for that to come up if it does. But anyway, on the Cleveland side, I mean, Chubb 11 for 63 and a touch wasn't great. Peoples Jones 5 for 99. I know
Mm-hmm.
we had the prop bet hit on that bad boy. Other than that, I mean, David Bell 3 for 24. It looks like he's starting to get a little bit more playing time, and with Watson coming back, that could mean good things for the rookie. We'll see what happens toward the end there, but that's kind of really all that happened. I mean, there's nobody really here that you want to go and just grab, other than people.
Yes, I beat
But he's
him.
probably not
I beat him.
available. Did you really? I mean, everybody is. They got the
Yes,
ball
I
back.
beat
Yeah, wait. How?
Ron.
First of all, how'd they get the ball back?
They punted with like 10 seconds to go.
Oh shit! Jackson said he's gonna lose now too. Bad game from AJ Brown. Yeah. Um, Jason said Watson is developing finally, and with Lazard and Dubes, we are looking good. Yeah, I mean Dubes is hurt, but we'll see what happens when he comes back. Watson had a great game, but he did only have 4 catches and 3 of them were touchdowns. Obviously, we don't expect that to happen all the time, but it is a great confidence builder for a guy like that who's been dropping passes, who dropped 2 passes, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken, in that game earlier. So to even get the ball again from Aaron Rodgers is something good. And just to catch the 3 touchdowns from Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure he has just a ton of
See,
confidence now. And Aaron Rodgers is like, finally that's the way to fucking do it. And I'm sure that pumps him up and makes him feel good.
the
So
the big one was the same exact throw. If did you saw the bomb on the sideline? Remember that first Minnesota game, that first
yeah, of
play where
course.
he just so that was the catch he needed to make, and that catapulted him, and that was the catch he needed to make to really get Aaron's confidence. And you saw what he did for the rest of the game. Aaron was just looking for him. And let's not forget the Dubes injury is big, as I think Jason said that, right? The Dubes injury, or you said that. Um, the Dubes injury is really big. Sammy Watkins is just a fossilized carcass. So Lazard and Watson can really turn into something special. And I really like what I saw from Watson. I picked him up in Dynasty. And I'm really, really excited to see what Watson can do in the future.
Yeah. Cadillac said, Hammer, you lost. No, I think he wound up winning because of that
I
fumble.
did win.
What league was that? Dynasty?
No, my league.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a big win for you. Shit. I fucking lost again. I score good points and the team I go against just fucking goes ham. So that killed me. Jackson says he won by .1. That's the way to
Ooh,
go. 7-3, bitches. We back. Yeah.
good shit. Good shit.
Jackson said he's keeping Tyreek. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yo, Jackson, did you check out the new shit I got over here? Fan cave shit? I got another one too, that I gotta put up. I gotta find out how I'm gonna position these fucking things here. I got something else to put up. But Jason says he won because AJ Brown played like shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that might have actually cost me in a couple leagues that he played like shit. Because I do have some
Wait, he
stocks.
was.
Huh?
Hold on. I gotta see what happened because something weird happened. Who did he have? He had Devonta Smith. Yeah, this thing is weird. 140.
Yeah, you might have to wait a little bit for them to fix that because that last play shit sometimes
Yeah,
is.
I think Devonta Smith lost some yardage too. That's why they took away the yards. So he lost a few yards.
AJ Brown screwed me and go dirt. fucked me. I needed another 15 points in this one league. Damn. Jackson, I'm gonna hit you up on the Vikings game though. We thinking Jets. Yeah, I'm thinking Jets because my brother's a Jets fan and he might be crazy enough to do it with me. Hammer, you're of course welcome to come if you're down to come down to Mini. But yeah, hit me up on Insta, Dynasty Life Fantasy. If you're not following me, just go hit me up there, send me a DM. Just so we can talk about that, get into that. Caddy said the guy I'm trading with JT said I need to let him win next week if I'm getting JT. The fuck? What do you mean need to let him win? Just tell him yeah, get JT and fuck him.
My bad. I'm lost in this game here because the stats are weird.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, no problem, bro. I'll let you win next week. Once you get JT, bro, doesn't fucking matter from that point. Fuck that guy. Jackson said, I'll see if we can get the suite, bro. That'd be sick if we can get the fucking suite. Do you have like a hookup? Like, anyway, just hit me up on Insta. We'll talk about it there. But yeah, if you got like the hookup or some shit, bro, I know it's gonna cost me a little bit even to get down there in general, but I haven't done really shit for myself like ever. So I'm in the giving season to myself this year. All right, so that was Cleveland and that. So the next game we got here, he said, I'll bench my whole lineup and start everyone 1 minute before kickoff. Yeah, bro. What is he gonna say? What is he gonna do? There's nothing that he can do at all.
Even if Ron gets the 1.5, hold on. I'm losing my mind here. Yeah, even if Ron gets the 1.5, he still loses.
Mm-hmm. Jackson says mom's work owns it. Oh, US Bank Stadium. Shit.
Oh my goodness. That would be fire, Jackson.
Bro, if you can, that'd be great. That would be the game that I'm gonna look at right now. If you need more time, like in order for us to get to suite, like just let me know. Like if I have to wait a little bit, like I said, any time in December would work. Yeah, just let me know because that would be sick, bro. If we can get the suite, oh man, that'd be awesome, bro.
That would be sick.
Not the state. Oh, not the stadium. The suite. What is that then? I don't know. Football talks. What is up, my guy? Trade Barkley, Olave, and Godert. Barkley, Olave, and Godert for CMC, Lamb, Schultz, and Watson. Full PPR. Watson as in like Deshaun Watson, or Watson as in rookie Green Bay Packer Watson. So what do you mean, my guy? But yeah, I'm not. I like the CMC Lamb. So I like Lamb over Olave. I like Schultz over Goddard, even though that's close though. Or it's kind of even actually. But you lose Barkley, but you pick up CMC. I don't know. Does CMC bother you a little bit, Hammer? That I mean, I don't know if it just so happened that way, but obviously Elijah Mitchell got a ton of carries.
No, it doesn't, and I'll tell you why. Because I think there is enough creativity there, and I think the way they use CMC, he'll be really efficient and really healthy down the stretch. So I'm okay with this. He's still gonna get his touchdowns. He's still gonna be a factor in the passing game. But I think the flip side of it is the bigger thing to note, that Elijah Mitchell got fucking, what did he get, 18 carries?
Well,
And
yeah,
he
that's
got
what I was saying.
yeah, and he got some goal line work. So that's really the bigger story to me, to be honest with you. Because if he's going to get that much work, then he vaults and he's another viable option. I'm not saying he's an RB2, but he's definitely at least a flex consideration, especially in a Kyle Shanahan offense that loves to run the ball. So Eli Mitchell is really, and they probably knew that when Eli Mitchell came back. That's why they traded Jeff Wilson and got something for him.
So yeah, what side do you on this trade?
Trade Barkley, Olave, and Goddard for CMC, Lamb, Schultz, and that's Christian Watson.
No, Deshaun Watson. So if you need a QB, then I definitely like that side.
Okay.
Current QB is Herbert, and he's playing bad. Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah. Um, CMC, Lamb, Schultz, and Watson. Yeah, I think I like that side better. I
Yeah,
think I
me
like
too.
CMC, Lamb, and Schultz. Who is his other? I mean, he gets CMC for Barkley. Lamb is better than Olave, and I think Schultz and Goddard. Schultz has a little more higher upside, but Goddard's still really good.
But then you get
Um,
Watson on
and you
top of
get
it.
Watson coming back. But I know I just want to bring this up. The trade deadline is coming up soon for a lot of leagues, so make sure you get those trades in because I think it's the end of week 11 if I'm not mistaken.
Definitely. Jason, I have Stevenson, Connor, Jeff Wilson, and Patterson. Stevenson, Connor, Jeff Wilson, and Patterson. Who should I start?
Only one. You're starting one here.
2 RB league with the flex. Patterson's out, bro.
Yeah,
Patterson's
I
out. I
agree.
mean, they didn't really give him that much work. They've got fucking 3 guys back there now. So I think the Patterson thing is done with. As far as him getting like massive carries and towing the rock. So I'd play all 3 of them probably. 2 RBs and one in the flex.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you got a better option to put in the flex. Lazard, Juju, and Adams are my wide receivers. I also have Chase, but he's hurt. So yeah, and Juju's down too. So now you got Adams and
Yeah,
Lazard.
that's rough, dude.
So um, but yeah. All right, let's get to the next game here, which was Texans and Giants. Bagala squad.
Mm-hmm. Giants get the dub as they
Uh,
should have.
they do get the dub. Played against that horrible Texans team. Saquon 35 totes.
Yeah, that was
Jesus,
crazy. That was
really
crazy.
just 152 yards for a touchdown. Slayton 3 for 95. Go get yourself Slayton if he's still out there. He's the only like wide receiver that they have. Galladay
Agreed.
was benched because he's absolute garbage. If you follow us on Instagram, I think I posted when he dropped that one ball and the fan was fucking pissed. But yeah, so Kenny Galladay really showing that he is garbage, as they've been saying, and he was complaining like he's something. They put him on the field, and look what he does. I mean,
No, Kenny
horrible.
Kenny Galladay's trash.
Bro, ESPN website is trash. Uh, Davis Mills 319 with a touchdown and an into. Chris
Take it
Moore
or
3
leave
for
it with him.
70. Nico with 10 targets, 5 for 49 and the touch. And he's been solid when he's healthy. The problem is just him being healthy. Pierce 17 for 94. Chris Moore, decent, waiver wire pickup if you're in deeper leagues. He had the touchdown the week before when Nico wasn't there, but it's nice to see he is still involved. Brandon Cooks 4 for 37, garbage. He did have 7 targets, but he hasn't done jack all season. What did you think about this game, Hammer?
It was really the Saquon show. And I think, you brought up a pretty good point with Slayton. I think Slayton's really been coming on strong. And I think Slayton has vaulted himself into, flex consideration as well. Still kind of boom or bust for me just because of the nature of that passing game. But he's a big play guy. And, he's not Cheetah. So I'm not going to go boom, Slayton goes boom. But he can make big plays. And if he's one of your flex guys, and he ends up going, 4 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown, that could be a big difference maker in your flex position. So I do like Slayton with some flex consideration going forward.
Yeah, he did have the big 54-yard play. Only 4
Mm-hmm.
targets. I mean, Daniel Jones threw the ball 17 times. I don't think they want him to throw the ball anymore. So
No.
it's yeah. My bad. What the fuck was that? But yeah, that's about it there. I mean, Nico Collins again, deep leagues. If you need a wide receiver, Chris Moore
Mm-hmm.
as well. all depends how deep your leagues are. So Wandell only 2 for 20. I mean, he hasn't done jack. It was basically the Saquon show, and that was that. Spear IT, what is up, my guy? Are you worried about Justin Fields' playoff schedule? It's a good question. Um, he's
I didn't.
got yeah, I mean he's got Philly,
What is
Buffalo,
that?
and
15, 16, 17 in the
yeah,
playoffs?
so he's got Philly, Buffalo, in Detroit. Not necessarily. I mean, Buffalo's D hasn't been that great. They've had a couple injuries. And Justin Fields is a guy that just can make shit happen with his legs. So, when
That's the
shit
big
breaks
difference.
down, he's a guy that can
Yep.
get away where it's not, that crazy of a difference. It's not like he's throwing the ball all over the place either. He's mostly doing his damage with his legs. So, um, yeah, the defense doesn't necessarily bother me with a guy like Fields because when shit breaks down, that's just how he's going to make plays. He's not going to sit back there in the pocket and just pick you apart. So, I'm not necessarily worried about his playoff schedule. Are you worried about his playoff schedule?
Um, Not really. Philly got had by the Commanders, so we got to see what happens there. But no, I'm not worried about his playoff schedule, and the reason is because I think he's gaining more confidence. And I've been saying this for like the last 4 or 5 weeks now. I think the Bears figured out who they are offensively. They don't need to throw the ball 40 times. They're going to throw it 20 times, and then they're going to run it another 30, 35 times between Field, Herbert, and Montgomery. So, and Field hasn't, I think I don't know how many turnovers he had, but he hasn't been, turning the ball over a bunch in the last couple of games. So we'll see what happens there. But listen, you got to ride the hot hand, and you can't be afraid to dance with the guy that brought you there. And if Justin Fields is tearing it up every week, you got to ride the hot hand.
I mean, and put it this way, even if they're down, he's going to be on the field and he's going to have opportunities, whether he's passing the football or running the football.
Agreed.
So I don't think it matters much if they're down or not in
Mm-hmm.
those games either. So no, it doesn't necessarily bother me, especially with his running ability. If it was a pocket passer, then maybe, but no, not really. Connor and Pickens for Pollard and Fournette. I don't think
Mm-mm.
Fournette is a guy that you want to go out and get right now.
No, I
Pollard's been
agree.
great, but we know that once Zeke is back, Pollard, he's going to get minimal touches. He still does work with those touches, but then you've got Connor on the other hand, where they just released Eno, so Connor is, the dude right now. Obviously, he's always has injury concerns, but if he's got the volume, then you kind of gotta roll with that. And then Pickens on the other hand, what did he do last game?
He had a touchdown, I believe.
He did, right? Yeah, I mean, they just
He's
shipped off Claypool, so now you've got Pickens who's going to be picking it up. I mean,
Pickens has been good, dude.
only oh, we had the rushing touchdown. That's right. That's right. They didn't do much through the air, but had the rushing touchdown.
He's getting
Uh,
work.
but honestly, it's probably even though I Connor and Fournette are guys that I just hated this year that I didn't draft, but I would rather have Connor at this point almost. Fournette is a little banged up, and on top of that, White is kind of cutting in. We don't know what's going to happen there, if that's going to still keep splitting or if he's losing work or what the case is. So, for that reason, I'm going to stay with Connor and Pickens. And like I said, Pollard is only really valuable if Zeke is out. He's still been good even when Zeke has played, but he's not going to give you like what Connor can give you. So, for that reason, I'm going to stay put. What about you, Hammer?
Yeah, this is Connor and Pickens for me, and just on upside alone, they said bye bye Eno Benjamin. Like I think that was a bigger surprise than anything that I saw when he came in. I was like, Eno Benjamin, they're
I
just giving
guess
him the
Connor's
boot.
good. Yeah, I guess he's healthy now, ready to go.
I mean, but even still, Jesus, Connor fucking has injury history, so it's not like just because he's healthy now doesn't mean he's going to be healthy in 3 weeks. Especially if they're making him the guy again. You know what I mean? So I was very surprised by that move, but it's good for fantasy managers of James Conner because you could plug him into that. I can't trust him as my RB2 right now, but volume alone says he can be a RB2. The 2 touchdowns was big, and that was good to see 2 touchdowns from Connor because he's just been terrible this whole season. Terrible, absolutely terrible. I have him in my league. Thank God I have Kenneth Walker in that league as well, where I was just able to plug Kenneth Walker in and kind of not miss a beat from a production standpoint. But yeah, I'm rolling with Connor and Pickens here. Pickens looks really good. He looks very in tune with Kenny Pickett. And then Connor on volume alone. Pollard is really good, but it's going to be hit and miss when Zeke is back. So, and Fournette just looks like a shell of himself.
Yeah, definitely. Cadillac says, should I pick up J-Rob? Yeah, you might as well. I mean,
You could.
the only problem with J-Rob is that, how many games are they going to have this positive game script where they can run the rock like that? That's like the main concern for it. And don't forget, Gibby's still really good. I mean, and even still, I mean, James
No,
Robinson.
James
Oh,
Robinson runs the
my bad.
Jets.
I'm talking about J-Rob. Why am I thinking about B-Rob?
Brian Robinson. Yeah.
J-Rob, but same kind of situation where,
Mm-hmm.
but even still, I mean, he's going to be splitting. He'll give you some good weeks here and there, but yeah, I think you should pick him up. I don't necessarily think you should be playing him though every week or anything like that. Connor and TJ for Andrews.
No,
I don't remember
no,
what the team was. You don't. I know you don't need TJ, so TJ is
no,
very.
he doesn't.
No, that
Oh, I thought he was saying JT.
no,
TJ
not JT.
Hawkinson.
TJ.
TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, TJ Hawkins says. I'll just have a more appealing expendable. Yeah, I mean, I want Andrews. I don't remember what running backs you have, but I don't think you had other viable running backs to play. So it really depends what other running backs you have, bro. But if you can afford to get rid of Connor, I know TJ doesn't matter. So in that case, I'll take Andrews.
Yeah.
Running out next week with Mooney and Boys as wide receiver 1 and 2. Mooney?
Boyd. TJ.
Oh, and Boyd
Boyd.
maybe as wide receiver 1 and 2. Okay.
Oof, that
Listen,
is
you gotta
brutal,
do what you
dude.
gotta do. If that's what that's what you gotta do, then Juan, what is up, Juan? Guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't first, guys. Appreciate you.
Yes,
CMC and
sir.
Evans for Diggs and Henry. Go rack them up, baby. I'm taking it.
Oh yeah.
Taking Diggs and Henry. You on that too, Hammer?
Man, yeah, I think I am. I mean, in a PPR, CMC is better than Henry, but I don't know. I think it's closer than. Well, you're taking Diggs over Evans every time.
Yeah, especially with the PPR, Diggs is just gonna have way more.
Yeah, I think I'm on.
Evens it out. Evens out
Yeah,
CMC.
I think I'm on Diggs and Henry as well, but it's a little closer than I would like.
Jackson said he would. Spear says start Connor or Foreman in the flex. Well, that's a real good one.
That is a terrific one. What do you got?
Who's Connor? Who is our Foreman playing?
All right, so this is next week, right?
Yeah.
Next week, Foreman is playing at Baltimore. And Arizona is home to San Fran. So that's a tough one. I think I'm good.
No, go ahead.
I think I'm leaning towards Connor here. I think I'm leaning towards Connor here because I don't know what Chuba's status is just yet. And it worries me a little bit, the state of that offense in Carolina. It didn't look that great. I mean, I know they beat Atlanta on Thursday, but I think I'm going to roll with Connor here. But it's very close.
Yeah, I think I'm going to roll with Connor too on pretty much the volume perspective and the fact that there's nobody else there, so he's going to be catching passes too, where Foreman doesn't do that.
Yep.
And especially if they're in the negative game script, like we saw, what was it, 2 weeks ago when Foreman did jack. ESPN just irks me so much. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Connor. No matter how much I hate it, because I hate Connor. Like I hate Connor. But he is the guy there. The guy that has Andrews has Singletary and Jamal as the starting running backs. Your other running backs are Jacob Stevenson and Jeff Wilson. Oh yeah, that's fine. You can say goodbye to Connor then. Go get yourself Andrews, bro. Chuba is healthy. I think Spear said so. Yeah, even a little bit more to make you lean towards the other side.
Yeah,
And listen, Foreman could still do his thing, bro. Why so much hate for Connor? Because Connor is a guy that just is always injured,
it's
and
a problem. Yeah.
it just irks me. And last year was the one outlier year where he had the majority of the work and he scored a ton of touchdowns. And he was going so high in drafts this year, and I didn't think his touchdown he was going to complete, get the same amount of touchdowns as he was, and I didn't think he could stay healthy. That was the other part of it. So that's why I don't like Connor, other than him burning me a couple times in
There it is.
fantasy
There it
league
is.
because he just loves to stay in the fucking blue tent than to actually play on the field.
There it
Um,
is.
but
Connor
yeah,
was your guy for a while when he was
he
on
was great.
Pittsburgh.
He was great on Pittsburgh. He was great for a long time, but when he gets the rock too much, he does tend to get hurt, and he has getting a little bit older now. But I do like him in this situation. So. Um, Elias, what is up, Eli? Are you guys trading Cup for either AJ Brown or Chase? I'm 7-3, but my wide receiver depth is terrible. Gonna have to play Curtis Samuel or Kadarius Toney while Cup is out.
Yeah, I actually do. If you can trade Cup, I would probably listen. Play Kadarius Toney over Curtis Samuel while Cup is out because Mecole Hardman, we don't know it, and Juju, like there's some stuff going on with those guys. I don't think Juju's going to play next week, just based off. I'm not a doctor, obviously, but based on the current state of the NFL, I think Kadarius Toney is also the higher upside guy over Curtis Samuel in a much more potent offense. But I don't have a problem with you trading Cup for either AJ Brown or Chase. I don't know which way I would lean if you want to make a trade. Um, yeah, that's a little bit of a tough one, but I wouldn't have a problem with you trading Cup. Um, yeah, I don't know which guy I would go with, but it's something to consider for sure.
Well, when is Chase supposed to come back? How many more weeks we got?
We haven't even heard an update, so
I mean, Chase just worries me with the injury because I just don't know if it's going to heal right. We don't know. Like, they still have to reevaluate him when that time comes. So it's not like he's just automatically going to be back. Um,
and balling.
and AJ Brown hasn't necessarily been lighting it up as we saw tonight. So, I mean, and you are 7-3, so you're not pressed like to make a move.
That's
Like,
true.
you
That's
know,
true.
like I get your wide receivers are going to be shit for those, for a few games, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to panic and give up your best player for a guy that we don't know is going to come back in time, or whatever the case is. We just don't. It's just question marks. And then AJ Brown, who just hasn't been neither as good as Cup or Chase. Like, if you can get AJ Brown plus, like maybe you do that. Can you get AJ
Yeah.
Brown plus, AJ Brown and another receiver? I wouldn't do it straight up, but yeah, that's what I would look into there. Uh Fook, what up, my guy? My team is Gino, Deshaun, Chubb, Swift, Pollard, JK, Warren, Godwin, Amari, Sutton, Landry, Mark Andrews. I'm 6-4 in a 12-man PPR. Should I be making any moves? Gino, Deshaun. I mean, I like that. You got Deshaun to play when that time comes. Unless you want to trade him or trade Gino, but in a one QB league, it's tough because they're just not as valuable. Chubb, Swift, Pollard. Okay, JK,
Mm-hmm.
Warren, Godwin, Amari, Sutton, Landry. I mean, you could use a wide receiver. Not necessarily. I mean, you do have Goodwin and Amari. I mean, I don't know who's going to take Sutton right now. If you can trade Sutton and man, if you could trade Sutton and damn, that's hard because you kind of need the running backs with Swift not really sure what's happening
Mm-hmm.
with that. You kind of need Pollard. I mean, I don't know if someone's going to take JK. I mean, the guy is done. It's rough. I mean, you don't really have much. don't really have much moves to make. I mean, you've got the upside of Deshaun coming back, for Amari, and Godwin has been getting the targets, and he had the touchdown last week, so that just needs to continue. So, you're not horrible, but I don't know if there's a move that you can necessarily make unless somebody needs a QB and you can move Geno. I mean,
right. That's where, but in a one QB league, like you said. But listen, there are guys out there that are not playing well quarterback wise. So Geno is still a top 12 guy in a 12-team league for sure. If you want to roll with Deshaun when he comes back. So I believe the Browns are on a bye next week. So it would be the week after.
Eli said regarding that trade before, it's just the owner he's trading Cup to has such a good team. He's going to have Cup, Chase, and AJ Brown. Well, not if you take one of those guys, but
Right. If you get one of them.
They always say, don't worry about the other team. Don't worry about what they're going to have. You need to make the best decision for your team because you're the one that's got to compete with everybody else. He's also worried that they shut down Cup the rest of the season if they're not in the playoff hunt.
That's actually a good point.
I mean, listen, it is a possibility, but I'm not sure. We don't know. There's just a lot of question marks. And like I said, Chase is still a question mark on top of that. If you can get AJ Brown plus, then I'll do that. Only thing that worries me is the San Fran defense. I mean,
is that against Fields?
Yeah, that was the one that we were talking about before, I think. Cadillac says if you pull that trade off, I would have a number 1 and number 2 tight end. So why even want to do that? I don't remember what that trade was, Caddy.
Was he trying to get Andrews?
Oh, Andrews, because you got Kelsey already. Yeah, why are you even trying to get Andrews? I mean, if you need to get Andrews and then move him to go pick up something else that you need, a wide receiver or running back, that's fine. If your trading is not done and you're just grabbing Andrews just to trade him, like that's fine. You can do that. We saw that. Trade away Stevenson and Garrett Wilson for Pittman and Andrews. I mean, I'm not sure what your infatuation is with Andrews when you have Kelsey. Help me out here. Let me know. Is this tight end premium? Is this something that we need to know about? But yeah, I mean, I don't know why you're trying to get Andrews. Are you just trying to just play him in the flex? Like, I don't know.
Which I wouldn't have a crazy problem with, but then you're still giving up.
I still don't want to give away Stevenson. I mean, not to
good
just
value.
Get tight end. I mean, so yeah, that's rough, man.
Yeah.
Oh, San Fran's defense for Connor, Spear was saying. My bad. Yeah, but at the same time, he's the only guy. I mean, we saw him be really good in the passing game last year too. So,
and the volume. He's going to get the volume.
That's what I'm saying. The volume is really the most important thing, and sometimes, But listen, if you feel that way, then you can still go with Foreman. He's not a bad play. Like we said, it's still a good matchup for Foreman as well. There's
but
just
the fact that Chuba's there, yeah,
it's just a couple more variables that factor into Foreman, where he needs the positive game script. He needs everything to go his way for him to hit. So I would have Kelsey, Andrews, TJ, so 2 expendables. I mean, listen, in a one tight end league, I mean, I don't know what people are going to want to spend, to go get Andrews if you go and get him. That's what I'm saying. So unless you have a buyer lined up, like, okay, you're going to get a wide receiver or a top RB or top wide receiver for Andrews, then it doesn't make sense to even go out and get him. But like I said, if you feel that you can trade him easier and get more, then go ahead. I got Fields, so maybe I could get a monster running back if I package that right. Yeah, like exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You use the trade. Just because you get somebody, you don't have to like them or anything. You can use them to just trade more. You don't have to stick with the guys that you're getting in a particular trade, especially when it comes to Dynasty. But
also too, keep in mind, like I said, that trade deadline is coming up. So we essentially got 1 week left for a lot of these teams. So keep in mind when your league's trade deadline is. I know ours for Dynasty is coming up exactly 1 week from today. So just make sure those trades that you're looking to make and those trades that you're pushing for, you get those in so you can get them done before your deadline. I know what's
Yeah.
coming up.
Let's run through the rest of these games real quick. Saints at Steelers. Steelers wound up coming away with the win.
Mm-hmm.
Najee, Najee finally looked
Busted
good. I mean,
loose.
20 for 99. Looked good there. Pickett 8 for 51. Let's see. Deontay 4 for 63. Firemouth 4 for 36. I mean, not a bunch happened really in the past game, but you kind of expect a little bit. Pickett might take a little bit to kind of get going, but it's encouraging to see that they won. Najee actually had a good game for once. But yeah, what do you think about Najee and Co?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the final stat line, if you're in a standard league, I don't think he gave you anything in the passing game. No. So he gave you about 10 points, which, it's fine, but you like to see the productivity. And the Steelers were a better team. Not a great, we talked about Pickens. We touched on Pickens a little bit. Um, we touched on Pickens. So Pickens I think he's really good flex pickup. We've had a lot of Pickens questions over the last couple of weeks too, with him picking up the pace. So yeah, I like Pickens here and Najee. I mean, like I said, not a whole lot of offense from this game, so it's really Pickens and Najee and Deontay as well. We thought Deontay would pick up the pace a little bit, so 4 for 63 on 5 targets, a little bit of a letdown from him. We expected maybe 8, 10 targets. But yeah, I think Kenny Pickett running the ball 8 times for 51 is a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, we'll
But
figure
he's
that's 8 more pass attempts that probably could have been, and he wound up just running it. So
right, exactly. So, but yeah, I think the Steelers are headed in a decent direction. Honestly, they got their quarterback, they got 2 good receivers, they got a good young tight end, they got a good young running back. So another year from them, I think this offense will be run a lot smoother next year. And I trust Mike Tomlin to get those boys in shape. So the foundation is there. They got rid of Claypool, so now it's Pickens and Deontay. The roles that I like on this team are clearly established. You know who's who and you know who's getting what. So I love their offense going forward, but maybe not the rest of the season, obviously with a rookie quarterback. But I do like their future if you have some of these guys in Dynasty, like a Pickens, like a Deontay, even Kenny Pickett, if he's, on your taxi squad in your Dynasty roster. I do like Kenny Pickett as some upside going into next year.
yeah, Baby Kronk led the team with 7 targets.
Hmm.
Didn't have a huge day, obviously, but
But we knew he was good already.
yeah, Baby Gronk is my guy. And then on the other side, you got Kamara just dudded. I mean,
Yeah.
shit.
Kamara scared
You
me,
know,
bro.
we chose him to play over a couple guys, but I mean, the whole offense. I mean, 8 carries. I mean, everything was just shit about the Saints. Like Dalton, 17 for 27, 174, two
Trash.
picks. I mean, Juwan Johnson was the only thing that was
I think
anything.
he's
I
he's
got a prop.
a
I had a prop bet on that dude.
he's a nice pickup if you can
So
still
that was
get him.
So yeah,
That's
Juwan
about it.
Johnson is turning out into being a little something, I guess. But yeah, 5 for 44 in the touch. But yeah, Kamara definitely disappointed. So that was rough. And Taysom Hill didn't do jack shit. So
No, he did not.
if you
And
need to pick
that
up
this is
somebody, Juwan Johnson, Jalen Warren, maybe if you didn't pick them up last week, those are guys in this game that you could possibly pick up next week there. Next game was the Colts Raiders. Caddy said he accepted that trade, so trade deadline's in 2 weeks. All right, well, do your thing, bro. Do your thing. George, what up, George? AJ Brown, absolutely, yeah, man.
yeah,
It
he was
fucked
pretty bad.
all of us. I mean, I have him in a couple leagues. It really hurt me. It really hurt me bad. So I don't know. That was rough. That was real rough. Devonta looked like I guess he was the guy. He didn't even do much either, but I mean,
And he had that fumble on the last play.
no. Yeah, man, it's just I needed 3 points. Yeah, bro, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
It'd be
Tell
like
me
that.
about it. We only needed a little bit. Like we just like what the fuck is going on here?
And the disappointing thing with that is he's supposed to be that guy,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Yep, yep. Let me tell you, Marvin Harrison Jr. is gonna be. beast in 2024. Should be the 2024 draft. But yeah, that dude. Did you see this motherfucker play?
No, not yet. Are you
You
watching
haven't seen
ESPN right
him?
now?
I mean, no, I was watching something else, but yeah, I've been watching Marvin Harrison Jr. and he's looked like he's going to be top pick in 2024. I feel like I should move him for a receiver and a more pass heavy offense with less target competition. I mean,
No, I don't. So I wasn't a fan of AJ Brown just in general because he got hurt a lot and he was, he's a beast and he's a high productive upside guy. And I like him with Jalen Hurts. And it's while I don't think his value took a ton of a hit, but it definitely took a little bit. And when guys come off bad games, people try and undersell you. If you want to move him, maybe hopefully if he has a better game next week. I don't know who the Eagles play next week. Um, but yeah, if you do want to trade him, you might be able to hold on to him for the Eagles play the Colts next week.
mm,
Um, so maybe hold him for another week. Hopefully he has a big game. And then if you really are set on trading him, increase his value a little bit and go from there. So, and I don't think there's a ton of target competition there. I wouldn't look at Devonta Smith as target, or Dallas Goedert. That doesn't scare me if I'm an AJ Brown owner.
I mean, listen, AJ Brown going into this week was wide receiver 9. I don't,
He's
uh,
been good.
I don't know if they updated this. I'm gonna see if they updated this bullshit. They might have updated some of these because some of these guys have played. Has he missed a game yet, AJ?
I don't think so.
He didn't miss a game this year. Yeah, so they've got the bias. Yeah, so they've got everyone else. They don't have the newest stats up here, but they've
But
got
even
everyone
still,
else.
he's been
So
good.
right now he's wide receiver 9, and didn't even count today's game, and everybody else
So
counted their game.
so it'd be
So
like wide receiver 12, maybe.
so he's no, he's still. I mean, he's wide receiver 9, counting the other guys. It counted their games already for the week. It
Oh,
just didn't
okay.
count AJ Brown's yet, but he didn't do
But
anything
he'll
either.
take it. He'll
So
take a
he could
dip.
still, with the dud,
10.
he's still wide receiver 9 right now.
Right.
So it's I wouldn't really give. I mean, I know it's been uneven and unhealthy. Maybe, or listen, if you could go out and get a CD Lamb, maybe you go and do that. I mean, maybe you want a Jalen Waddle. It just it's going to be hard to pry those guys away unless you're giving up something else with them. But yeah, I'm not totally out on AJ Brown.
No.
Deadline, yeah, it's coming up this weekend. He just got shut down by a Washington corner game where it's going to happen.
Yo, George, that was well played, bro. That was nice.
Oh God, man. To be fair, I got fucked because I went against Aaron Jones and Devontae. Yeah, bro. That just happens sometimes, man. That just happens. But yeah, if you listen, if you're looking at you want to get someone at least of his caliber or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But CD Lamb is a guy I would look for. I mean, even Jalen Waddle gives you like decent production week in and week out, even if he doesn't have a big game. He's still got a good floor. So those are I guess two guys that I would look at if you really want to trade him. But I probably wouldn't do that, bro. Um, Big Trav, that's right, baby. That's right. Skull. Let Hammer know. Let Hammer know real quick.
I guess.
Looking at Brown's week by week performance, he's very boom or bust. Yeah, I mean, it'd be like that. Feel like I prefer CD. Yeah, absolutely. If you can get CD,
Yeah.
go, go,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
more I'm
He's
I'm
coming up.
more of I'm more of a consistency my guy myself as well, George, and I always look for guys that are going to give me 15, 16, 17 per week rather than 30 and then 7. Like that's just who I've been in fantasy. Especially if you're talking about your wide receiver 1, you need consistency. So, like Blanc said, if you could go out and get yourself a CD Lamb, try and do it.
Super. Just got offered Mark Andrews from Mike Evans and Fryermuth. Wide receivers Waddle, Olave, Pittman, Judy, Boyd, Tony, Devonta Smith. Got offered Mark Andrews from Mike Evans. You got to give up Evans and you got to give up Fryermuth. And you
Mm-hmm.
get Mark Andrews, and you're still going to have Waddle, Olave, Pittman, Judy, Boyd, Tony. I don't know, bro. I don't
I
know.
gotta I gotta check out Mark Andrews. I know the Ravens had a bye. He should be good to go. See, they're
Yeah,
even still saying he has a good chance. Like it's not even like, yo, Mark Andrews is back, you know? Um Damn, he's still the tight end number
and
two, even with two subpar
yeah, he just
games.
had some monster weeks.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
David Gronk's been solid. He's going to give you decent, solid production. But do you want to roll with Waddle, Olave, and Pittman? I mean, I know Matt Ryan is back now. Does that mean Pittman is going to
I
be
think it
better?
does.
I
I
mean,
think it does.
Olave, I mean, he's kind of been a little bit hit or miss now too. But listen, if you think you can roll with Waddle, Olave, and Pittman, then go ahead and do it if you want to get the upside in Andrews. I don't necessarily love it, but I don't hate it. Still thinking about it. What's your final answer here, Hammer?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me because, like you said, Primuth's been really good, and outside of Waddle, your wide receivers are a little inconsistent. You're kind of counting on other factors other than just their play. With Olave, it's the quarterback situation. With Pittman, it's the quarterback situation. Jerry Judy's banged up. Tyler Boyd, is kind of been hit or miss. Kadarius Toney, there's other guys there. Devonta Smith, one game he's good, the next game he's not. So, to give up essentially your wide receiver two and a solid tight end just for Mark Andrews, that's a tough pill for me to swallow, to be honest with you. If you could go out and package another guy, maybe to get another wide receiver, maybe package two of those other wide receivers that are maybe package a Pittman and a Devonta Smith and see if you can get something a little more stable if you're going to make the trade.
Yeah, Big Trev, is Allen Robinson worth a look? I mean, I guess now he has to
Kind of
be
has to be,
Cup
yeah.
out. With
Mm-hmm.
Cup out, I mean, he's the only guy there. So yeah, definitely worth a look there. Caddy said after the trade, his roster is Lamar Fields. Oh, excuse me, Jacobs, Wilson, Connor, D Hop, Debo, Sun God, Pittman. So yeah, we like the squad. You've got four tight ends when you can
That's
only play
insane.
one, and I just don't know how valuable TJ and Pitts are going to be. Andrews obviously can be valuable. So yeah, see if you could combine that and make another trade, so you can do something there. George says his points come from his running backs. He just wants consistency at wide receiver. AJ Brown isn't that guy,
We hear
absolutely.
you. Yeah, we
And
hear you.
CD's a guy that was even top 10 with the backup QB. So yeah. Jalen, what is up, my guys? Jamar Chase worth keeping because I don't think his upside is there when it's back like Andrews. Um,
Nah,
well,
I can't do that.
yeah, first off, thanks guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't for us there. But yeah, go ahead, Hammer. What were you saying? You're a Chase owner, so
I
go ahead.
am. Yeah, I'm not doing this. You know, Jamar Chase is a difference maker. Like I said, there's so much uncertainty with him right now. I understand your cause to pause. But what does the rest of your team look like, Jalen? You know what I mean? Give us a little more context. He didn't give us any context on his team, right?
Oh, he's just asking. He's not saying any for. He's just saying like Andrews. He doesn't think that the upside is there with Jamar Chase when he comes back.
Oh, I think it will be there. But I don't know. We don't know. We don't even know how long he's going to be out, like officially.
Yeah, the
You
main
know.
concern is when is he coming back. As far as his upside, I mean, his upside's always going to be there. He's a big play guy, but he's going to be hit or miss. It's just going to be like it. He's going to have boom weeks. He's going to have bust weeks. I mean, most wide receivers have boom and bust weeks. There's not a ton of guys that are giving you solid every single week, without having
Mhm.
one bad week. That's just part of it. That's just part of the nature of it. But yeah, Jamar Chase is still Jamar Chase, and he can take a slant or a curl into an 80, 90-yard touchdown. So as we've seen over and over and over and over and over again. But yeah, he's going to be up and down. He's not a consistent guy for you. So I mean, I would definitely keep him unless you can trade him for something that you can use as of right now. Can you get a Amon Rob Plus? Can there's a bunch. Can you get CD? Can you get, there's a bunch of different ways you can look at it and try and trade if you don't want Chase, but you definitely want to get something that up there that's close to him. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I would do if you really don't believe in Chase or you really feel that way. Then go find somebody that doesn't feel that way, and trade his ass for someone else. You know, am I starting Fields or Burrow next week? That's rough. That's rough.
I don't think it is.
Fields has been going off. I don't know.
Yeah,
You can't not play Fields.
yeah. Roll with Fields, bro.
So you got to roll with Fields.
I'm a Burrow guy.
And listen, maybe shit changes at the end of the week. Ask us again Friday night or Saturday night. But as of right now, yeah, we're rolling with Fields. Your roster is a tight end shopping center. It is a tight end shopping center, but unfortunately, nobody needs a tight end, so nobody's coming to the shopping center.
Right.
You haven't accepted it. If I accept it, I'll have to drop Lamar. Why would you have to drop Lamar? Fields and Stevenson for Kamara. I'm not giving
No,
up Stevenson for
no,
Kamara. I mean, Kamara's been great, but Stevenson is just as good.
no.
Kamara just
And
had a
you
shit game. That offense is shit.
no, you can
Um,
get. Hold on.
Stop trying to get Andrews. Just put it this way. Stop trying to get another tight end. You got Kelsey already. You can make other moves to get something else that you need, but stop trying to get a tight end.
Cadillac. If you trade Justin Fields, take somebody behind the woodshed because Justin Fields is playing out of his mind right now. Take somebody behind the woodshed. Go get yourself a stud wide receiver. Stop worrying about Mark Andrews. You have
That's what I'm
Kelsey.
saying. All right, let's run through the rest of these games real quick because I got a dip. But all right, Colts and Raiders. We talked about it before. JT is back. Jeff Saturday said we're playing Matt Ryan. We're playing JT. I don't
I
need no
love it.
coaching experience. It's fucking common sense, right?
Matt
Um,
Ryan, like you said, boom,
so,
give me that.
so obviously great game there. Paris Campbell's a guy that you probably want to go get now that Matt Ryan is back. It looks like he is giving that man the football.
Yep.
On the other side, Jacobs 21 for 78, decent day, but did have the touchdown. Derek Carr, 248, two
Mm,
tutties, but he's straight garbage. Devontae 9 for
big day.
126 on the touch. Nobody else did anything. Matt Collins 2 for 18, just dismal
That
for
hurt me.
anyone else
Yeah,
there.
that hurt me.
So
Foster Moreau caught a touchdown.
Monroe
No
did
Darren
catch a
Waller.
touchdown. So if you are in desperate need, I guess you can try and play Monroe, or Monroe, whatever his hell his name is. But again, that offense is just I don't know what's going on there. It's just not
Yeah, it
looking
looks
good.
bad
They're,
all the
they're
way
like the
around.
Lake. They're like the Lakers of
You better
they got
watch your
talent.
mouth.
They got talent, but they can't.
Put it together. You know what the takeaway from this game is for me? Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams should have stayed together.
Yeah, of course they should have. I know they're both kicking themselves for it right now. Jalen said St. Brown, Lazard gave Mooney, Chase at wide receiver, Foreman, Cordell, Pat, Najee, Brian Robinson at RB, Andrews and Hurst, Watson, my tight end and QBs. You got St. Brown, Lazard, Gabe Davis, Mooney. I mean, can
So,
you
so
trade Lazard and Mooney or something? Or maybe I'd keep Gabe Davis. Maybe I'll trade Lazard and Mooney or something like that. I mean, you do need some RB help, though. I mean, you got Najee and Foreman who you can rely on. CPAT, you're not going to be able to rely on. Brian Robinson, going to
Brian
have
Robinson had a decent day.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going to have his days. I mean, you got Andrews, you got Hurts, Watson, tight end QB. So I mean, yeah, you're in decent shape. I'm not gonna panic. And this is the one with the chase, right? This is the chase question, right? Yeah.
Yeah, chasing Andrews he was talking about, but yeah, I think you're okay.
Yeah, I
Like you said,
definitely
you
think
you, you you may want to upgrade your RB position.
you could trade CPAT and Lazard or CPAT and Mooney, maybe. I don't know if you can even do that, but
Yeah.
it's just something. Even to get something, even if you get just a low end dude.
To be honest with you, I would trade Gabe Davis before I traded Lazard, before I trade Alan Lazard. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I
know.
think Alan Lazard is more consistent than Gabe Davis.
He was, but now I don't know if Watson being back. I don't know. I don't know if that changes anything. Watson's been
No,
garbage the whole
no,
season
he
except for
hasn't
that
been.
one game. So it's tough. Just see what you can get. If you have to trade Gabe Davis, I'd be okay with doing that too. Because you are going to get somebody to play in that other position anyway. So if you got to do
Hmm.
Gabe and CPAT, because CPAT is done right now, but there might still be some believers in him. So do that. Fields and Debo for Hill. I feel like it's just a lot.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think
but
I remember your team. So yeah, I don't mind it.
he had
Who
Lamar.
was the
He
other
has
QB? He's
Lamar.
got Lamar. That's fine. Go get Cheetah and call it a day. You just won the ship.
I'm not necessarily going there with that because Lamar hasn't been good, dude, over the last
Still
6
gives you
weeks.
it still gives you a nice floor. So I'm
And if
okay
you're
with it.
getting
And he's gonna
if you're
get
getting
Cheetah,
cheated out of it,
and
yeah.
he's still got Kelsey. He's got a bunch of other wide
Mm-hmm.
receivers and stuff. So I'm
Yeah, I
okay
like
with
that.
I'm okay with it. Let's go ahead and do that. Cadillac. Let's talk about your pack, Cowboys in the pack. That was actually a really good game too. Awesome game actually, down to the wire. But yeah, tell us about that quick.
Whew, the Packers got up off the mat, dude, because they were getting ready to be that was a knockout blow of a game. So really good to see them get up off the mat. The biggest story of this game is Aaron Rodgers to Christian Watson. If he can develop some sort of consistency with Christian Watson, now we're talking about really good complement between Lazard, Watson, Aaron Jones, and AJ Dillon were spectacular in this game. So yeah, so it's really about the confidence that Aaron has in Christian Watson. If he could develop that and just hold on to the ball, which listen, we've seen rookie wide receivers around this time of the year pick up the pace. We've seen that. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the back half of last year was just a beast. I'm not saying Christian Watson's going to do that, but 3 touchdowns in a game is certainly going to open a lot of eyes. So, really good game overall. The Packers lost a lot of people on defense, and that concerns me a little bit. But offensively, I think there is some footing to be had here. I'm not going to say we're making the playoffs or we're going to do anything crazy, but really good to see Christian Watson kind of burst onto the scene with his big game. Not a ton of targets, though. I think he only had 5 targets total.
Yeah, CD and Pollard obviously did their thing.
Mm-hmm.
With Zeke out, of course, and CD just starting to pick it up now with Dak. Um, but yeah, definitely doing their thing there. Tough loss for them though. That's just
Dallas had that in the bag. That's a game
yeah,
Dallas should have won. I actually picked
yeah.
Dallas.
I thought they were gonna. I thought it was done and over with, and all of a sudden, they're
But
coming
listen,
back.
credit to the Packers for running the ball. Aaron Jones really good. AJ Dillon was a factor as well. So
Yeah. Uh, Jalen said he'll go for 2K. Listen, he's on pace for it right now.
he can
Um,
certainly do it.
we'll see how that goes the rest of the season. But yeah, he can certainly do it. Next game we got two more games: Arizona and the Rams. Right. This game was Connor, Benjamin. They wound up releasing as we said. So
Which is
Connor just
crazy.
gets 21 totes, 2 TDs. Wasn't crazy effective, only 69 yards. Also had 3 catches for 17 yards. And this is that usage that we're talking about, especially with no Eno there. They're showing you what they're going to do with Connor now. So
Yes, sir.
Connor's definitely, even though I don't like him, but it is what it is. He's getting the rock right now. He's the only guy there. Colt McCoy, he can play a little bit. The guy
He's
can
good.
toss the
He's a good
rock.
backup. He's a good backup. Yep.
238 and a touchdown. I think he got hurt. He came back. It wasn't anything crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, even last year he was awesome for them, and they won games. So he actually might be a better pocket passer than Kyler
I
Murray.
agree. I agree with that.
But D Hop 10 for 98, Rondell Moore 9 for 94. So
They
they're
almost
getting
didn't
their
miss a beat, those guys.
I think when Hollywood comes back, Rondell Moore probably takes a hit. They said probably, I think, after the bye, Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. Blanc, you there? Yeah, I think Blanc's connection might have gotten a little jacked up. But yeah, I think he's talking about Hollywood coming back, Rondell Moore. Rondell Moore was really good. Um, I have Rondell Moore and he's been terrific. So yeah, so Rondell Moore, really good, 9 for 94. The Rams just stink. Cooper Kupp got hurt. Really unfortunate that Cooper Kupp got hurt. That was a big loss. So really unfortunate. And the Rams just look bad. No offense whatsoever. I think Blanc got booted out from the stream. He should be back with us soon. What's the last game we had? Chargers 49ers. So this game was really interesting. Chargers got off to the hot start. Justin Herbert, though, very underwhelming without his receivers. Austin Eckler wasn't very good. Carter caught the touchdown. And, so if you played him, he paid off dividend. Josh Palmer, underwhelming, 3 for 44. So a little underwhelming. Jack, what up, man? Trade Kirk and Fournette for Kamara. I have Diggs and Hill with Cook and ETN as my RB.
In the chat.
Yeah, I think Blanc is back in.
Yeah,
there we go.
What you just did, Hammer, but I don't know what happened.
I didn't do anything.
Should I trade Kirk? You froze, and then I don't know. Whatever. Should I trade Kirk and Fournette for Kamara? I have Diggs and Hill. Kirk and Fournette for Kamara. I have Diggs and Hill with Cook and ETN as my other running backs.
I would get a little more for Kirk. I mean, actually.
Rough because you don't know what Fournette's value might be down. I don't know what the other guy's thinking, but
I don't have too much of a problem with that.
You got Diggs and Hill, so yeah, I'll go get Kamara because I'd rather have him than Fournette, especially at this point right now.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with this.
Caddy said Fields, TJ, D Hop for Hill and ETN. Fields and TJ, I know those are expendable for you. You get rid of D Hop. I think you got a bunch of RBs, but I don't mind that one. I'll do that one. And the only reason is because because Fields is expendable and it's a 1 QB league. So, but yeah.
Yeah, Fields is expendable, but listen, if you're giving up 3 guys, get 3 guys. Get another piece with that. You're giving up some.
He probably good... can't because he's getting Cheetah, and Cheetah is far more worthy than D Hop or TJ. And TJ doesn't matter. I don't think he's got fucking like 4 tight ends, and this guy probably is not even going to start TJ. But yeah, I don't mind it considering what you have. Within the context, I'll take it. Just looking at it, probably no, but in the context of your nature, I like it. I'm doing it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're getting the best player.
Jalen, Tony worth starting going forward. Oh man, I don't know about going forward. He could be like this week coming up if Juju's out and Mecole's out. Definitely, just got to keep an eye on that, like Hammer was saying. But yeah, once those guys are healthy, that's where it gets tough because we were looking at the box score before and Patty just throws the ball to everybody. So it's all mixed up. There's nobody that's getting all the targets, obviously except for Kelsey, but. It's so mixed that it's just rough. But coming up this week, I mean, just pay attention to Juju, pay attention to Mecole. If both of those guys are out, or even one of those guys are out, he could be worth starting. We just went over the Cardinals and the Rams. All right, so we got one last game, and then we got to get dipping out of here, which was the Chargers 49ers, another good game. We talked briefly about Mitchell getting a lot of carries. And McCaffrey still had, 14 carries. He just didn't do much with them. And then he had the, 6 targets, 4 catches to go along with it.
He did have the touchdown as well.
Wound up getting the touchdown, so that worked out. But my guy, Ayuk, outproduces Debo once again. 6 for 84 on 7 targets. I mean, Debo did have 6 targets. It's not like he's not getting looked at, but Ayuk has been solid, real solid lately.
Yeah, this game was it was very interesting. This game was real interesting because Justin Herbert started off hot, and then it was just all downhill from there. Eckler was terrible. Everett, not that great.
Palmer wasn't great either.
Right. Palmer was not great. But I still do trust Palmer, from a volume standpoint, if those 2 big guys were out, Keenan and Mikey. DeAndre Carter got the touchdown, and that was about it.
Yeah, DeAndre Carter 4 for 64 in the touch, but only 4 targets. Like Palmer still had 8 targets. He only had 3 catches,
Right.
but he's getting the ball thrown his way. Eckler 12 targets. I mean,
Yeah.
like
I
Trey McKitty, who the fuck McKitty is.
right. Just maybe a quick hot take by me.
Go ahead.
If you have better options than Justin Herbert, take a look at it because he is not playing well right now. And it's understandable because his two best guys are out, and you know, but Herbert is not playing well, especially from what his expectation is. So if you do have a Justin Fields and you have Herbert, you're probably playing Justin Fields right now.
Definitely. Jalen, thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for the sub.
Thanks, Jalen.
Part of the crew. Good looking out. The guy I'm trading with has ETN, Cup, and Hill buy out this week. He said he wanted more, so I told him to fuck himself. That's the perfect answer, bro. Exactly. Tell him to fuck off.
That's it.
His
That's
QB
what
is
I'm talking
Jones and his
about.
tight end is Fryermuth. Absolutely. Tell him fuck off. Don't give up more. He might just trying to be pushed the envelope right now, but he might just accept that shit
He'll
tomorrow.
get he'll get he'll get backed into a corner and you'll be able
Yeah.
to squeeze him out.
Especially if Jones has a bad game. Fryermuth's been solid. So that's the kind of rough part is I don't know if TJ means that much to him. That's the only rough part. But he is getting the wide receiver, he is getting the QB, so yeah. Any last questions? Throw them in the chat, guys, before we dip out of here. Hammer, you got any last thoughts or words or anything?
Yeah, I'm hoping that this win in my league holds up. It looks like it will with that Devonta Smith fumble. It looks like there's a little bit of a stat correction in order, so it looks like I'm gonna win by point two.
Point two,
If
really?
my math is correct, yeah, because it looks like Devonta Smith, that's not his final. His final stat line should be 6 for 53, which means this person will get an additional 1.4, which will put him at 145.02. And I'm at 145.22. So it looks like I win by point two. And that fumble was crazy because that gave me the win. So the fantasy gods looked out for me, at least.
Oh shit! Trade went down in Dynasty IDP. Rashard Evans for Brandon Cooks and a fourth.
Yeah, I could take it or leave it.
Um, yeah. Uh, yeah. All right. I guess we are out of here. We'll see y'all Friday night at 10 Eastern. Friday and Saturday, Sunday morning. I'm gonna put out some videos during the week. I think I'm gonna make some videos tomorrow for some start sits. Just go over some of the games and just give some extra content and just put it out there instead of going live. This way, people can watch that whenever. Hammer,
Yeah, I
we
think
we do got to
I'm
do
gonna
the betting thing. We could do it together if you want, because we could do the some underdog bets too.
underdog too.
Like,
Okay,
so this way we can do both, like the actual game and then some underdog props that we like. Doesn't
I
have to
like it.
be, we could just do it game by game. And everyone could pick what they choose, obviously, but we'll just throw out there what we like the best.
Yep,
And
I like that.
that could be pretty quick, 10, 15 minutes maybe. It shouldn't take long
Beautiful.
to do all of that. So we'll have that for y'all. And if we can do that every week, that will be good. Just get a little extra shit out there. But thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all of y'all. If you're not sub to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Hit the little notification, the little noti. This way you can see when we're on. Make sure you hit us up on Instagram, Facebook. We're on Twitter as well. So just look it up. Otherwise, we out. We'll see y'all on Friday, boys and girls.
Go pack, go.
No, Skull Vikings, baby. Get the fuck